All right. So, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Punk is going to be a spinoff now. Actually starting to put things together. You got that trailer yesterday for Spider-Noir. Everybody wants the Spider-Man trailer, the new one. And everybody goes, hey, take it easy. Put a trailer out when it's time. So, we'll discuss all of that and more. Can the Capes and Cowls crew take out Roca, or will he win for his first time in 17 years? All right, so we're going to find out in just a moment. Most important question of the day.
Did you shit in there?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the show. It is Capes and Cowls. It is Friday. Nice to have everybody here. Joining me on the show, Winston A. Marshall, Chris Carr. The crew is finally back together again. Not shooting today. Did put out a Game of Thrones reaction, though, however, with myself and Sam. That is up right now. And my dad was asking me, he's like, how's the show going? I was like, because it's slow. It's the slow period right now. It's always like January, February is always the slow period, especially with the comic book movie news. However, tons of stuff going on, guys. Like we got the that trailer that dropped yesterday. We can just discuss that, I guess, up top. The Spider-Man, the Spider-Noir, I guess. I'm assuming both you guys got a chance to take a look at this.
Yeah, dude. I am geeked out. My only thing, and it's not really a criticism as much as it's like I'm surprised they did that, but I guess it's just the era we live in. Spider-Noir just being a noir film, I'm surprised they did a color version of it. Like
I know. I won't watch it like that.
Yeah, you got to. It's supposed to be a noir film / show. Like you should watch it in black and white. But I think it's probably just because it's like it's the era. Somebody's gonna be like, "Why it's in color?"
100%. And but the only counter I would have to that is I don't maybe they did do a color version of Werewolf by Night, but I liked Werewolf by Night in black and white as well. So, anyway, let's talk a little bit about that. We'll get to that article first. Because people were raving about this one. I didn't get it. I still blocked my reaction. By the time I get the reaction up, it will be probably the third trailer will probably already be out by the time.
So I was gonna laugh because you said you always like nobody here even watches the show. They just come in, they do their shit, they take their money, they leave. Like I watched it yesterday
because I said that.
And so like I was just laughing when you said that. I was like, I guess I'm not gonna waste my time doing a reaction then for that because why? Like if they're just
got to put an appeal on it like right away, and it still hasn't gotten cleared. So I mean, by the time it releases, it's gonna be so long. But anyway, this particular story here, and that of course is Spider-Noir trailer promises an existential crisis. So we covered this on yesterday's show with myself and Steph, but it just again just gonna show some of the images, and you saw him. I love here's what I loved about this trailer in general, and it's kind of going on our main topic today too. They finally Sony anyway seems to be getting it, and they go, you know what? That's one of the characters that popped inside of or inside of Spider-Verse or whatever the hell movie's called. And you're not spinning off side characters. You're not spinning off people that no one really cares about. And to clarify that again, as I said yesterday, someone said, well, wait a minute, we care about those characters. That Sony just didn't do it right. And that's exactly right. They did it right here. They did it right we cared about Spider-Noir, and then they said, well, we're going to do a TV show with him. Well, great, an animated show with this guy's going to be great. Like, no. We're doing a live action with the guy that voiced him, Nick Cage. You're like, wait, what? And then you see this trailer, Chris, and to me, it delivers on everything that I was hoping for, and I don't know how you felt about it. What would you?
Oh, we're eating good. This is great. This is wonderful. I'm so excited about this because the Spider-Man Noir comic is incredibly dark. And I don't know if a lot of people realize that from watching Spider-Verse. I mean, like they're grounding all of these characters in a reality where there is no power, or superpowers, I should say. Like Adrian Toomes, the Vulture, he partially eats Uncle Ben. Wow. It's messed up. It's messed up stuff. So to have somebody like Nick Cage coming in and doing what feels like he's delivering the Nick Cageiest kind of performance, which is what I want. I want him to get a little crazy. I want him to get a little nuts. I think this is going to be so, so fun. And the whole cast is stacked. We're getting our first look at or not a first. This is the second time a kind of Felicia Hardy character is going to be on screen, which is wild too. Like everything about this show looks so, so fun to me. I'm so hyped.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that, Winston, as I was saying, you get the fact that they're now spinning off this character off of one of their most popular things that they've done. They getting away, hopefully, from Madam Web and Craven and all that stuff that's not working anymore. Venom worked for the first two. Enough is enough. And now you're playing off this. We'll get to another story in a second where they're going to spin off again in characters that are working. This is the right approach. Yeah.
I mean, the problem with Madam Web and Craven and Morbius and all that shit, other than the fact that Spider-Man wasn't involved, which is silly. Why are you doing spin-offs of things that are so ancillary to only the deepest comic lore fans that they would go, oh, I know what that is. Like, I love comics and superheroes. I knew what every single one of those characters was, and they were bad movies. Like, at worst case scenario, I don't think this show is going to be bad. I think it's actually going to be good. Anybody that watched Spider-Verse automatically knows who this person is because you took the time to introduce them first before taking an ancillary character and making them a main character. You can only pull that kind of stuff off. I know maybe they were like, oh, Guardians of the Galaxy worked. We can just do that. But that's also because the MCU was like on a roll at that particular point. And you still found a way to immediately associate it with other stuff that's going on. So I think why that whole shtick failed, other than them just being bad projects, you didn't take the time to be like, this is how this has something to do with Peter Parker, whatever. You did it this time with Spider-Noir from Across the Spider-Verse and Into the Spider-Verse. So we're ready to kind of receive that. Like, because this is like, truthfully, unless you're, a big Spider-Man person, it's like a D-list character in the Spider-Man universe that got its own spinoff. So I think that already is starting in the right direction.
Yeah, and I think, what I was made this point 1,000 times over and make it 1,001 is that this I still didn't understand with all the hype off of No Way Home, unless there's legality around it, why they didn't do a Toby movie, an Andrew movie, and then do a movie together. I mean, I think they would have been continuing profit off of those things had they done it. Maybe they're waiting for Secret Wars now to eventually do that. There's rumors now that Sam Raimi's coming back to do the fourth after saying that he wasn't going to do it. Does that mean anything for Andrew Garfield? I don't know, but at least they're going in the right direction now, and Sony seems to have a grip on what they want to do.
I still love the idea of like they should have done like a series of shorts, like could treat it almost like Sin City. And it's like, what's Toby been up to? What's Andrew been up to? Like, and then maybe that's the last bit is we do get some Tom, like just as like a little teaser, and then you were gonna get a full movie a little bit later. I think that would have been a cool way to get a full feature out, include all the Spider-Man and like kind of piggyback off of that and then keep it rolling. But Hollywood don't listen to me.
Well, what do you guys think? Do you think this is a great trailer? Good trailer? You're gonna be watching this? I know that everybody's gonna kind of be doing reactions off this thing, and people are excited. So I'm curious what you guys think. Has this jumped up to your anticipated list? Now, speaking of spin-offs, speaking of Into the Spider-Verse, well, there's more stuff that they're going to be spinning off. Spider-Gwen, Spider-Punk. There are now spin-off movies. Spin-off movies that are officially in active development at Sony. So going off of what we just talked about. No more of the side characters that weren't developed well. It's more about characters that were working. So there's 2 spin-off movies in active development. Sony Pictures, Kristen Belson and Damien de Frobervel have confirmed that Spider-Punk and Spider-Gwen Spider-Verse spin-offs are now in active development. Mark Cassidy writes, it was probably only a matter of time before we got a word on a spin-off or 2 after the massive success of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, and the news broke last year that a new animated feature focusing on Spider-Punk is in early development at Sony. A rumor that a Spider-Woman spinoff was also in the works followed, and Sony Pictures animation heads Kristen Belson and Damien de Frobervel have now confirmed that a Spider-Gwen movie is in active development, along with the Spider-Punk film. Belson declined to share many details, but said that the studio is now active on both projects during an interview with THR. Gwen Stacy, aka Spider-Gwen, emerged as a major standout of both Spider-Verse movies, so the fact that Sony would want to capitalize on the character's popularity is hardly a surprise. Introduced in Across the Spider-Verse as a close friend of Spider-Gwen that Miles Morales was just a tad jealous of, Hobie Brown hails from Earth 138 and takes a more anarchistic and anti-established approach to super heroics than other Spidey variants. Daniel Kaluuya, who voiced the character and is set to return to the final installment of the trilogy Beyond the Spider-Verse, is on board as a co-writer. The Black Panther actor will almost certainly reprise the role for the spinoff, but nothing has been confirmed. Here's what he said during an interview. We have all the quotes there too, but in general, this is going off of what we just spoke about. You got more spinoffs. They're playing off this. This is animated. They're waiting. Now, the question I have, Winston, here was, look how long it took, because we're supposed to get Beyond like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And we still don't necessarily, do we know it's coming out next year?
I don't think we still have a date. Like it was coming. Yeah. And I think then that was around the same time that what's her name from the MCU got was it Victoria?
Yeah, we do have a date for it. It's June 18th, 2027.
Okay, so we finally do. I remember this got pushed back because of all the drama of pushing the VFX directors at MCU, and same thing with animation. They were like, okay, we need to put a full halt on this and make sure it's, good to go. Wasn't that the main reason they kind of stopped everything?
Yeah, I don't know. This says the June 18th, 2027 is a report that it has here. So it's been pushed back. I think it was supposed to come out in 2023 at one point. So it's like, yes, it's been pushed back tremendously. Now, that's my question though, is because it takes so much time, these things are in development. When do we see this? When do we see Spider-Gwen? When do we see the Spider-Punk? Like, are we talking about into the 30s at this point? Probably, right?
I mean, there's no way that this stuff is, unless they're really far along in development, you got to be talking at least 4 years.
You would assume that. I mean, that's how long it usually takes. I mean, unless you're doing that sea breeze stuff now, the whatever they can make that movie probably 33 minutes if they want to now.
But everyone's gonna have like 7 fingers. So
if today, not tomorrow. It's eventually we had this whole conversation on the show yesterday. Eventually, everyone, you won't even be able to tell. That's the scariest thing.
What's great is we'll all be dead by then. We'll be out of water.
Yeah, we'll see, Chris. I
it might be sooner than that, Chris.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
I know, but I think it's a lot sooner than you think. But Chris, outside of that, we are on the right path here for what they're doing. Do you think that this is the right way to go with Gwen and Spider-Punk?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we do have these great introductions to them, like you guys brought up in the films. We know who they are. We have some great character development for them. And we know that they have fully realized lives outside of what they're doing in these Spider-Verse movies. They've got other stuff going on. I mean, Hobie stuff I'm particularly excited about because we only get little bits of him right so far in the movie. Right. If we get some weird stuff that he's done, like Spider Mutt, if we have the symbiote just running around as a dog, I'm here for it. I think that show will be so fun and cool and weird. Gwen obviously has such a rich backstory, all the stuff with her father. There's a lot of stuff that you can do here. And I feel like this is what you do with a successful franchise, just like you were talking about with the kind of missed opportunity of having Toby and Andrew do their thing again. This makes so much sense to me. The issue is these films just take such a long time to make. And It's nice to see Sony taking care of their animators, because that was a big issue with the first films, getting everyone burnt out, constantly turning animators over because they were working insane hours. But I still want it sooner than that.
I know.
Give it me.
I know we need it. We need it soon. It's funny, but nonetheless, it looks like we're all on the same page. That this is they seem to have a plan now, and that's what no matter what it is, whether it's Sony, whether it's Lucasfilm, whether it's DC, when there's a plan in place, things seem to be in a more like, okay, I like what you're doing. I'm more patient now because I see you have a plan. It's when there's no plan and everything's scattered and you're like, oh yeah, now I'm going to do a movie with this person and they're going to direct it. And you're like, what movie is that? When did that come? Who's that? And you're like, there's no plan. There's nothing. That's when it becomes chaotic. But if there's like, again, oh, we're doing a Craven movie. Why? We're going to do a Sinister Six. Just kidding. We're going to do this. It's like, have a plan.
It's been very spaghetti at the wall.
Yes. Now, but now it seems like not as much.
I got a question, Kristian, because like you to me are like the perfect example of like, enough comic book stuff and things like that, but you also like deep cuts, not necessarily since like at least now in life. You know what I'm saying? Did you know the character of Craven before that movie came out?
It's only through conversation, maybe with Schnepp and other things. Not that I was aware of from watching anything or reading anything, just from Schnepp.
That to me is kind of the point where they're messing up. You introduced Hobie. So like people, I remember him. He was hilarious. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, we've been following Gwen. I love Gwen. So like
that's you. I thought you were going to ask me like before this, would you want to seen a Spider-Punk movie? I'm like, no, I don't know what that is. And now I'm like, yeah, that'd be great because I already saw him in action. There's game tape.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
that's exactly right. We got a chance to scout this character, this player first before we're just like, draft him.
100%. 100%. All right. So what do you guys? I
was just going to say, Sony just has made so many weird choices too, thinking things like, oh, but it doesn't matter because if we give you a rated R superhero movie,
you're going to love it. You're going to eat it up. And it's like, that's not how it works. You got to have investment. We need like, if you would have just randomly done Deadpool and Wolverine, maybe it would have still done well. Maybe because it's Deadpool and Wolverine. But does it have that same kind of impact when there's no questions at that point of, well, will Ryan Reynolds even be good as Deadpool? I mean, when he originally did it, I mean, remember, they didn't have a lot of faith right away. They didn't give him like a massive budget. He had to like beg for the budget that he got. And they had to like maneuver things around, and then it made a huge profit. So then he was able to do whatever he wanted in the second one, leading into then Deadpool and Wolverine. But like, if you just randomly do things that people aren't invested in right away, it doesn't play. That's a different circumstance because it's Deadpool and Wolverine, but there's more investment when you build towards it.
Absolutely. And I see what you're saying about like, again, Deadpool, the bigger of the comic fans know who he is, even though he's very meta. It's the bigger the comic fans that did it, but it was a Ryan Reynolds passion project. I don't think Dakota Johnson was passionate about Madam Web. So of course it wasn't going to do it, but Ryan was like, no, I want the real ass costume. I'm gonna write this thing my damn self. Like, just there is a massive difference between someone being like, I have to bring this to life, and we just want to make money, so pick a Spider-Man character.
Right. I know. Yeah, that's kind of what it was. It was like, well, and I don't know what, again, the legality was of what they're allowed to do with Spider-Man or not if it's connected to the MCU, but either way, we're getting more stuff now. What do you guys think? Put your thoughts in there. If you haven't subscribed to that Clips channel, please do so.
Please, please. Please.
I mean, you have to. You have to. We're trying to get to 30,000 by the end of the year. I think we can do it. If you guys you miss some stories, well, you don't have to miss them anymore. Now you can check it out. Okay. As I mentioned yesterday with Rox the other day, and to her credit, I've been posting more stuff on Instagram about my fitness journey, other things I've been doing, trying to stay healthy. And I asked you guys yesterday, I did a post on my Instagram about other things you'd want to see. So a lot of people had said, well, let's see, as far as like with diet and other things too. I was like, well, this is the perfect thing to talk about. I talk about Factor on my show all week. It's one of the things that I've been incorporating to my diet. I'll tell you a little bit about it and talk about it on the other side.
Ray who?
No, not Ray, Factor. Factor. Oh, man. I love Factor. So I know it's freezing out right now. It's so cold. And some people go, you know what? I don't even have time to cook right now. Factor makes healthy eating easy. It's fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and is crafted by chefs. So eating well without planning or cooking is possible. What I love about it is the quality of it. You see it, you're like, oh man, this looks good. Does it taste as good? Sure does. It's got functional ingredients. It's proteins, colorful veggies, whole food ingredients, healthy fats, no refined sugars, no artificial sweeteners, no refined seed oils. There's meals that fit your goals and your schedule. Healthier eating, it's calorie management, and there's more protein. I love that there's like 100 rotating weekly meals. It keeps it fresh, and it's delicious. throughout the wintertime. So you can use your different options, whether it's high protein, that's what I'm doing right now, calorie smart, Mediterranean diet, salads, ready to eat salads. And there's even a new Muscle Pro collection, which supports strength and recovery. It's always fresh, never frozen, ready in about 2 minutes, no prep, no stress. You guys know how much I've been trying to get my health in order and having the meals possible and having the right meals, and that's where Factor fits in. I use it. You should too. So head on over to factormeals.com/Christian50off. Use that code Christian50off and get 50% off and free breakfast for a year. Who doesn't like breakfast? Eat like a pro this month with Factor. New subscribers only, varies by plan. One free breakfast item per box for 1 year while subscription is happening. Thank you to Factor. Really appreciate having them on the show each and every time. I always tell people about it. So please go into the description and get yourself some Factor. Guys, you're at 22. Pretty good.
Wow.
You're so far.
That's won a minute, guys. Way to go.
Good start.
Thank you.
Good start so far.
We need a win.
You need a win. You got to take out Roca, who is standing tall at 87 this week. No one's been able to take him out so far.
All right, y'all. Remember what I said last week? Like History Month.
Right. We'll see if it worked. It didn't work last week. Maybe it'll work this week.
It got us pretty damn close. It's just we were dealing with 220 something.
Not last week. No, not last week.
Oh, that was the week before?
That was the week before. Yeah, okay. Last week. But you got a shot here this week. We will see if you can pull it off. I was laughing because Roka's getting old like me, because on Monday we talked about so I'll throw in every once in a while when they're on the hot mic. I love the hot mic very much. I think it's a great show. I think that it's a good insider show. It's a good show to get your scoops from, and I really enjoy Roka and Snyder's chemistry. But I like to throw pranks at them quite often. I'll throw things on the live chat. And so there's a character from my old Grasping at Straws pilot that Ellis played called Sean Maroney. So people kept asking about Sean Maroney on a Monday. We started talking about Sean Maroney. And the audience this time, because usually Roka's never on the joke, so let's include Roka on the joke this time. So we'll say, all right, you know what? For the next hot mic, someone will ask a super chat, and they'll say, we just saw Sean Maroney kill it on Kill Tony. Is it true that he's going to be in the next Apatow movie? And so they asked that question, and we said you can't bombard them. One person has to ask, and then Roka will back it up and go, "Yeah, here the guys are crushing right now. Have you heard anything, Jeff?" So sure as shit, yesterday they ask, and Roka's like, so Snyder goes, "I don't know who that is." And Roka, I'm like, "Oh, here we go, Roka." And Roka goes, "I don't know who Sean Maroney is." I'm like,
"No."
So then there's an assist. There's an assist by the audience to try to help him to remember. They throw in, they go, "Roka, you and Christian talked about Sean Maroney on Monday," hoping that prompts the memory to say, "Oh, yeah." Instead, he goes, "What? We never talked about Sean Maroney. I don't know who that person is." It almost worked better that he forgot. It's like it was so good. And he's like, "I'm getting old." I told him, I said, "You blew it." And then I just sent him this.
Sean Maroney, give it
up. So good.
Oh,
so good.
God,
I only watched those two clips. I don't know, because they said that it kept going. I want to see if anybody else did. They finally realize that it was part of the bit. I don't know.
Oh, the chat says that he even looked him up on IMDb.
Yes.
I mean,
it's better.
It really is better in the fact that you throw him the softball and he just misses it by he swung like 5 minutes early. It's incredible. We literally we talked about this on Monday. We talked about it on Monday that it was like, you know what? Usually they're never in on the joke. Well, Roki, be on the joke this time. And then nope. Absolutely incredible. I really, really good. We're going to do it again. We'll have to do it again to see if
it's the gift that keeps on giving, my man.
Not as much as Kalinowski, but yes.
That's fair. You have way too many quotables from Kalinowski at this point.
I mean,
gotta milk that teat. Gotta milk that teat.
100%. He's so good. He really is.
Shit in there.
Hey, Willie.
I don't know why. I know it's from a movie, but I know the did you shit in there was about his dog, but for some reason it'd be like shit on the walls. Like I don't know where
I
where
don't know what that's from. Yeah, I'm not sure. Winston, you've seen this one before, right?
You're trespassing on my property. Get the hell out of my yard. JT, let me have this house. JT let you have my house. Yes. My shed. I want it. You're trespassing on my property. You didn't win shit in my yard.
Wait.
All of you.
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that? Get
what is that?
You've never seen that before?
No.
Oh, it's the best. Daddy, chill. So good.
Daddy, chill.
So good. I really need to watch the rest of that show. I can't believe that Roka.
What is that?
Oh no, that's just a clip. I'm talking about Roka.
Oh.
Anyway, he was yelling at people in the chat. We're in spelling. I gotta watch the rest of that show. I only watched a little bit of it. I thought it was a one and done, but like that's incredible that he's the one that I don't know what you're talking about. Sean Maroney, almost 20 years later, still coming back strong.
Fantastic.
Chris, did you see that they featured our reaction to Transformers in the actual Mattel commercial?
Yeah, I got it sent to me by one of my students, and I was like, "Who's that girl saying what the heck?" Oh, it's me.
It was so good. Really good.
I got really excited. Were you so pumped as like such a huge fanboy?
Well, yeah. So they reached out. How long ago? And probably a couple of weeks ago, and they said, "Hey, we really liked what you guys did in there. Can we, if we did something for this anniversary, do you guys care if we show your reaction?" I was like, "Yeah, sure. Don't worry, I didn't get paid for it. If we did, I would give you some money." They were just doing promotion for it. I was like, "Yeah, that'd be great. I love that movie so much." And it was and there was, I also think there were some of the real rejects that were in there too. It was cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
Anyway, let's stick. You know what? No, I'm not going to stick with Spider-Man. We'll go back to Spider-Man.
Okay.
Because I want to start with this because I think you guys, the both of you, I love you guys so much, the both of you. I think you're both full of shit. Very much so.
That took a turn to a place that I didn't think it would. I was like, yes, praise us.
I think you're full of shit, and I'll tell you why I think you're full of shit in a second. But we got Avengers Doomsday, one of the most highly anticipated movies, and Winston wants me to believe that he would rather see Supergirl than Doomsday. But we're going to see here, director confirms that Steve Rogers has a central role in the movie's story. Doomsday directors, the Russo brothers have confirmed that Steve Rogers will have a central role in the movie. They also explained the 4 cryptic teaser trailers. While it wasn't a huge surprise after months of rumors, why didn't we lead with this story? Report about the MCU returning the trades. Chris Evans' comeback as Steve Rogers in the first Avengers Doomsday teaser was incredibly exciting. The sneak peek, which you can watch, showed Steve arriving home on a motorcycle before packing away, yada, yada, yada. He and Agent Carter reunited at Endgame. Takes place from there. The Russos reiterated that there's more to each of the movie's teasers than meets the eye. Each one of those teaser trailers is narrative information. It's all part of a larger story. So I would argue that Doomsday has already started for you. Look, the movie's very complex. We thought one of the best ways to celebrate what the movie was to give characters their own space and highlight some moments. It's been rumored that the consequences of Captain America's actions and the impact they had on the multiverse will be felt in a big way in Doomsday. That may make Steve a target for Dr. Doom, though the Russos will also need to address what became of Avengers Endgame's old man Rogers and how he ended up on that bench in the first place. Explaining the decision to bring Cap back, he said, "We have a special affinity with the character. We can't see this narrative without his central role in it. Basically, the special place he holds among the ensemble, he sort of retains that moving forward." So while we wouldn't necessarily say this makes Steve the lead of it, he's clearly going to be a major part of the story. Where that leaves the new Captain America will remain to be seen. The former Falcon will, however, be leading his own team of Avengers. According to one leak at the end of 2025, Steve will be heading into battle as Nomad, not Captain America. Instead of wielding the shield, he'll have meow. So let's start with having Winston be able to defend himself. Are you really telling me that if you had a chance right now to watch Supergirl or Avengers Doomsday, and you can only watch one, can't watch the other one, you're going to take Supergirl over Doomsday?
For right now, only from this standpoint. I have a feeling that the fact that you're bringing back the Russos, you're kind of doing an all-in sort of scenario that they'll figure it out and actually be very, very good. The MCU's just been so up and down, and the story of Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, is so good, and so far what they've shown does make it seem like they are truly going for the sci-fi like epic, and that they're doing it correctly. The information that I presently have, yeah, I'm actually more excited about Supergirl just for that. On top of the fact that like one of the things that I think Hollywood has been missing right now, and that has been really rough on top of that with the superhero genre, is this idea of just giving more of the same. So the fact that it's like, well, we're bringing back all the same actors and we're doing a whole new, like, hey, we did it, baby, and all that kind of stuff. Again, I think at the end of the day, it will be good. And when it's time to rate both of them, there's a very high probability that I'm like, Doomsday was the best out of all of this, and it wasn't even close. But as the chips currently lay, we're looking at, I always mess up the terms between river flop and all that kind of stuff, but the first 3 cards are out. I'm looking at Supergirl. I'm not pressed to see what the final thing is quite yet, but that could all change over the course of a couple of months.
My personal opinion is that because both of you guys are very well versed with the comic itself, and I think that that's what you're looking forward to, I would assume, because what I've seen so far looks like a Guardians of the Galaxy counterpoint. Doesn't look like anything special. I love Millie Alcock, think she's great, but I didn't laugh. I thought the piss joke was horrible. I think that they have a very good chance of it being really solid. But I want to see where the hell they're going to go, how they're going to introduce the X-Men. I want to see how they're going to take out the original X-Men. I want to see the consequences of Endgame. I want to see how the Russos are going to, who are basically 4 for 4 in their MCU telling. I want to see how they come back. This to me is a comic book movie, lover's dream. And I get it. Listen, I understand, Chris, where you get the fear of that it could just be like, oh, things aren't working, let's bring everybody back. But even if that is initially the case, it's like, well, you still have to structure a story. And from what we're hearing so far, the people behind the scenes say, no, they really put together something pretty special. So you're in the same camp here, that you're walking into Supergirl over Doomsday?
I am right now, because I just feel like I've been burned quite a bit of, hey, maybe this is going to be good. Maybe this is going to be a fun time. And Marvel certainly has given me some things in theaters that I have liked that have not performed super well. Looking at Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four just really didn't do it for me. So I'm just not particularly excited at this juncture. Now, I love the Doomsday story, and I think that comic arc is really interesting. But what I've been lacking is the buildup that gets me hyped about it.
Yep.
It doesn't feel earned right now. Whereas right now, combined with how much I love the Woman of Tomorrow comic and how just like freaking good I felt coming out of the Superman theater every single time. I was just like, I'm in such a good mood. I feel joy in my black little heart. Like, what? The world's going to be okay. Cats and dogs are getting along. Let's go. Like, I felt great after I saw that movie. Marvel stuff hasn't really gotten me that excited lately. I'll see some stuff in theaters and go, that's pretty good.
You're not pumped about the Russos coming back?
I do like them. And see, these are the things that give me faith, but don't exactly get me going, oh, I'm so juiced about this. Right now, even if it is something that looks like a kind of carbon copy of a Guardians of the Galaxy movie, I love those movies. Those are some of my favorite Marvel movies. I really enjoy what the Russos have done, and I think they handle the events really, really well. But again, without that huge buildup, feeling earned to get to that event, right now it kind of feels more like I have to do a triathlon that I haven't trained for.
That's
no one's surprised.
Wow, that you have nailed it. I think that's where my hesitancy is coming from, is because when I think of Avengers, I think of an event movie, and where there has been no.
Not what I meant to highlight. Apology.
What happened?
That. Highlighted something. I meant to do a timeout. Sorry.
Oh, it's all good.
Wasn't meant to be highlighted.
But this is for those that like music festivals. I know one of the biggest ones in the world is Coachella. It would literally be like, oh, and we gonna have some artists. What? Like, I just did this. It's gonna be dope. You're gonna like it. Like, that's there's no buildup in the way of where we got here narratively to get to this point. You've just done a lot of the marketing to try and get me hype about it. But the reason I think a lot of these Avengers films always felt big is every time we had 4 or 5 films that you were like, oh shit, I see how this ties together. This is gonna be wild. Because Shang-Chi and the Marvels and Ant-Man Quantumania and all this is all over the place, and we've added villains and we've dropped villains, but why is that villain involved? None of this is necessarily connected yet where I go, I see where we're going and I'm ready for this massive like team up. So that's part of why it's hard for me to get super hyped, because I haven't had the same level of buildup to get here.
Yeah, see, I respect that. I'm on the completely opposite side of things, because for me, I'm not looking at it any of that stuff that came afterwards. I'm looking at it as a direct sequel to Endgame. I've already accepted that everything else came after, some good, some bad, whatever. They realized we're going to do a direct sequel. This is the events that happened with Steve Rogers. This is what he messed up. This is how we're going to explain that. This is why this person's coming back. And we have a crew that has done this many times over. As we said earlier before, there didn't seem like there was a plan with Marvel. There seems like there's a plan in place now.
Sure.
With Spider-Man, with Secret Wars leading into X-Men. There's a plan. This is going to, I don't need it to now tie into Moon Knight and all that. Stuff to me is a wash. I don't give a shit about that stuff. I don't disagree with you guys that there's a lot of stuff and I happen to like Moon Knight, but there's a lot of stuff inside of that was disappointing. It came, it went, nobody cares. But I'm hyped for this. To me, it's one of my, if it wasn't, I think it's like number 2 or 3 of my most anticipated lists that I did. And I don't know if Supergirl even landed in that top 10. But I don't know that story. I don't know the story the way you guys know it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. Until I read it, I was like, "Oh, that'll be fun." And then once I did, I was like, "No, this has to happen immediately." So
I'm just hoping they let Gillespie actually direct and Gunn doesn't get too involved.
Yeah, no, and that's a completely fair concern. I think absolutely. And to your point, I can understand going back to what worked super well. As somebody who's not really invested in the like intrinsically tied nature of these stories, I can completely understand being really, really geeked out about, oh, the Russos are back. They're giving me another event movie. They don't miss. And I completely understand that. I think when we have these big ensemble pieces, it's an exciting thing. It's just right now, the ensemble I'm not super hyped about. That's why I'm so happy this story does say, hey, Steve has a part that makes sense. Because when this first got announced, the Tony of it, the Steve of it, I was not on the this is a genius move camp.
It has to make sense. Yeah, it's got to make sense.
I was like, this feels like a Hail Mary. And so I'm glad that it's really intrinsically tied to this story that they want to tell.
And to be fair, it very well might have started as a Hail Mary. And if it starts as a Hail Mary, I think the Russos were a Hail Mary.
Yeah,
absolutely. Which there's nothing wrong with a Hail Mary as long as you catch the ball and you score a touchdown. Right. And that to me is what, okay, fine. Look, we're going off of everything you guys just said. This isn't working. People aren't liking what we're doing the way that they used to. How about so-and-so quarterback in the game? Like, no, it's not going to work. How about them? How about the team? You want to bring those guys are available. They want to come back. And they've said it so many times. The Russos wanted to come back and they finally made the call. And now they're putting together, they're bringing back some of the old squad that helped them win a couple championships. And the question is, do you have the game plays? Can you get back into the end zone? And I think the answer is yes, especially from hearing this. I'm looking at it, as I said, as a sequel to Endgame. And people are like, you didn't need a sequel to it. You don't need a sequel to a lot of shit. But if you can tell the right story, you can make it work. So that to me is like, I think it's my number 3 most anticipated is what I had.
I think the other thing that gets me, and I hear what you're saying, is like, the only thing that bothers me a little bit is the fact that we have fully retreaded back to Steve. Like, I was looking forward to seeing what was going on with Sam.
But that's no, wait a minute. That's driving me crazy. Why? Because you are not the only person saying that. In what world did they say that he's going to be taking the shield and he's going to be Captain America and he is the new Captain America again? See you later, Sam. They haven't said that. Well, they said, hold on. They set up at the end of Thunderbolts. Sam is putting together a team. They set up in Captain America. He has a team. And at the end of the trailer that they show with Steve, it says Steve Rogers will return. Fair. Everyone is running around screaming, going, "Oh my God, they're replacing Sam." Who said that?
There's two pieces of evidence that kind of help with that. The first is the fact that they have constantly said Steve will be at the center of the story is the first thing.
So what? That's Steve Rogers.
The second thing has been the fact that you then look their parks emulate a lot of what they're doing in said movies. They have already taken Sam completely out of Avengers Campus. So like they are repositioning to put Steve at some sort of central focus, which I love the character of Steve, but you put together a bad movie. This wasn't a level of just like nobody wanted to necessarily see that character. They put a bad movie together, and then when it fell apart, it seems like we're already repositioning back on top of the other drama that's going on. So it's just there's like,
I think that's
again,
a lot of. I think that's a
hard fact. We're getting rid of him. No, but there's enough there to go. I don't like where this is going.
I think it's assumption. I think it's all assumption.
I think for me, it's just it's hard to move on if he's always around. You know, like if me and my new boyfriend are hanging out all the time, but my ex is always at the movies next to us. That's a little weird.
Yeah, but it's also, you know, look, let's also talk business, right? It's there. Captain America: Brave New World did not do well.
Yeah.
No,
so
it didn't.
What should you get rid of him? No. Should you pivot a little bit? Yeah, you should. You should pivot a little bit. It's like, well, you should feel. I saw so many videos of like, oh, you should stay confident with these characters. And why are you the ones that are profiting from business or losing money? No, you're not. You're not. I'm not talking to you, Vince. I'm just saying I saw other people that were tweeting at us, people in our space that I saw this whole video of going, oh, why are they doing this? They should stay true to the characters they set up. It's like, because it's not working. Both of you just said you've been let down so many times, and he's part of that. He was part of that wave of the things that let you down.
I understand that. I think the reason that it bothers me is it's not because, again, a desire to see those characters happen. It's because they effed up. They made a bad movie. Like, that's the difference. It's not so much that people are like, get that shit out of here. I don't ever want to see that again. It was people going, this feels more like a Hulk movie.
Definitely.
I think this is a Hulk movie. I don't think this is a Sam movie. I think this is purely about Red Hulk, man. And so to that point, they didn't actually give him a chance. They tried to pretend like they did, but they really didn't. So that's more where my frustration comes in is, again, it'd be one thing if they put a full thing out there. This was a Sam movie. Sam did his thing. And everybody goes, then we're having a conversation. Why am I suffering because you effed up?
Yeah, well, either way, though, it doesn't really matter anymore because it's now we're pushing forward. So the question is, I just think people come to assumption right away. Oh, they're moving away from Sam. And you're not the only person that has done it. I've seen it so many different times. It's like, look, and like you said before, you could watch this movie and say, oh, the movie was the best movie of the year, but you're not excited for it. In the same way that you could also say, hey, I thought they were going to do this. I was wrong. They actually used him pretty well. And I think that a lot of people are going to be saying that because they set it up. Remember, the Russos shot the scene at the end of the Thunderbolts where they're talking about Sam as Cap building a team and suing them. So he's clearly involved.
I'm not saying that they're getting rid of him 1,000%, but the idea of where you were trying to position him to be in the spotlight, the other little piece of evidence that's coming back from that is the fact that you then also recast RDJ as Dr. Doom to bring him back, to use that hype of weird tapping into your nostalgia to try and get this back. I understand it's a business move, but that's part of where a lot of that is coming from. There is this level of, I do miss RDJ. I do miss Evans. I'm glad that they're back, but it almost feels like because they know they messed up so hard, they're really trying to, like, I guess they've abandoned ship on trying to move forward, and they're really just kind of rehashing something. So there's a little bit of me that's just like, this other thing is kind of new. So I'm excited about Spider-Man. Spider-Man hasn't failed me. I'm excited about Clayface. That sounds really interesting. I'm excited about Supergirl. I know that story. You guys really feel like you're just trying to, like, win me back versus being, we in this. That's kind of my issue.
Like I said, you could look at it like a Hail Mary, but you got to catch the ball. If you're going to fluke it, you got to catch the ball. And I think the way that it's set up right now, that they're going to catch the ball.
I hope so.
It looks like, especially what Chris just said, it's like they clearly have an idea of what they want to do with Steve. I just never bought into it right away that they were like, oh, replacing him right away. He's not working overall as the Captain America. He's not working. Doesn't mean you get rid of him. It means
back to formula.
Yeah, you refigure how you're gonna give the fucking guy the serum, for God's sakes. Give him the serum and get away from this stupid idea of like, I can't give him the serum. He's sleeping, and Bucky goes, I'm tired of you complaining about it. I when you're sleeping, I gave it to you.
You just want Bucky to dose him?
Yeah. At this point, Yeah.
Drug his ass.
Just drug his ass. So just shut your ass. We get it. You don't want to do it, but we made it happen. You can't fight the Hulk again without the serum, dopey. You almost got killed. You should have been killed. You got lucky that didn't happen. So
you know what? You know the recasting that should have been done. Fucking Black Panther. I didn't need to bring back Chris Evans. I didn't need to get RDJ re-put in a new role. I needed a new Black Panther. That's what I'm saying. Is that it feels like instead of paying attention to the things that people are actually asking for, they're just kind of doing whatever because they feel like they're.
But they're still doing that too. That's happening.
Well,
too.
they should have done it sooner. The fact that we still don't actually have any sort of like.
But where would they have done that?
I mean, I've given my thoughts of how you could have kept the movie that you did with Wakanda Forever and whatnot. But I mean, it was egregious in that it wasn't just that. It was you took T'Challa out of all content. They just decided to remove him from everything, from video games, from movies. They would use T'Chaka pretty much everywhere. So that's what I'm saying. It's like there are other things that Marvel needed to do as a whole, whether it be with the movies, TV shows, etc. And instead they're like, oh my God, do this thing. Like that's where it, I don't know. That's just where my head's at. And that's just why I'm on uneven ground. I'm not giving up on it. It's harder for me to build up hype when I feel uneasy about who's building said hype.
Yeah, see that's where we're definitely they've won, to me, they've won enough championships that I'm gonna trust them.
I mean, that's fair.
As opposed to right now, Gillespie, who looks like he's being strong armed. So I don't know, and I want to see that movie. I hope the movie's good. I'm rooting for it, and I'm rooting for the DC to work. And I am actually very hyped. I would, if now here's another thing that I'll tell you right now. If you're like, okay, you can only see one, Supergirl or Clayface, I'm going into Clayface all day long, because I love the idea of what they're doing there. How they're setting this up, lower budget, different genre, connected to the DCU still. That more unknown actors proving themselves. That is exciting to me. That's kind of the stuff that you're talking about of like, let's light a firework and see where it blows up. That's the kind of thing that I want to see. I don't know, Chris, how do you feel about the two of those?
Oh, no, I'm with you on this. And that's a lot because I am not a horror person. And knowing that this is going to be like a body horror movie, which is my specific brand of I'm so excited. I know that I'm going to be obnoxious to watch this movie with because I'm such a freaking baby. But I think that them going about it, one, it's some of the stuff that worked best for these movies. If we're going back to when superhero movies really kicked off for us, having these quote unquote unknown actors. And by that, we just mean actors that aren't household names, right? Journeyman actors or people who have had some like cool guest star roles, or maybe are working overseas and you don't really know them that well. Having these kinds of actors come in and take on these roles is so cool and exciting because the IP is powerful enough. You don't need to have, this A-list celebrity playing this character. You just need a really good actor. And
here's
I
what
do
it costs,
think
30 million, 40 million, something like that. Yeah, right.
it's so low budget. And to me too, this is one of the things that horror does so well is they utilize their budget in such a creative way, especially if we're looking at, like A24 films or things like that. And so to see DC kind of copy that model and go, no, how can we really stretch ourselves creatively? And how can we be of best service to this story? Really, really interests me.
We do this normally as we're getting closer to the big summer leading into. I don't think Clayface comes out until like September, October. But as we lead into that, we usually do this early. Let's do 3 predictions.
Okay.
And this will change 50 different times. But let's start with this. What does Avengers Doomsday do worldwide? What does Supergirl do worldwide, and what does Clayface do? Now let's put together. I think it looks like I think the budget for Doomsday is going to be something like what, $700 million or something like that. I think is that right?
Oh my God! At this point, with the number of actors in it and the marketing you've already done, yeah, probably.
It's actually, the budget is approaching or exceeding $1 billion.
That's the other thing that's interesting about that. I know it sounds weird, but now it also makes me nervous.
Yeah.
When you spend that much money, you start to do desperate things. And I'm a little worried about that.
They're saying that Doomsday needs to make two to 2.5 to be profitable. So let's just put that in. Supergirl is rumored at 200 million, and Clayface. Let me see the Clayface budget, and we'll see. So
I thought it was 1 billion for Doomsday and Secret Wars. It's 1 billion just for Doomsday.
Just for Doomsday. Well, think about it. Dude, think about the chairs that we saw.
No, I know.
Yeah, no, but the chairs alone. But the names with all the chairs on it, and the names we still don't have.
Not know each of those chairs were actually laced with gold. Like that's actually in the inner workings.
That's how they stitched it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So again, $1 billion we'll say for Doomsday is how much the budget was, which is insanity. One of the biggest budgets, maybe it's the biggest budget of all time for a movie. $1 billion. Then you get Supergirl 200, and then Clayface at 40. So knowing that information. Let's start, Winston. We'll start with you. Let's do Clayface first. Let's do Clayface first. 40 million.
40.
It's 40 million budget. So in order to break even, it needs to make around 80, 85. So what do you think it makes worldwide?
If it's a legitimate good movie, I think it pulls 375, 400, somewhere in that range.
Wow. That would be a massive hit.
If it's mid to bad, then I think it's pulling 150 at most.
Mid to bad, you think it's 150?
Yeah.
Okay. Chris?
I think there's enough interest in it that this could be like, I'd say 300 is a really good number for them.
That's a massive hit. It's 300.
That's a massive hit for them. Yeah. That's if like everyone is like, this movie is so good. I love this so much. If it doesn't operate on all cylinders, I think we would be slightly under that 150 mark, like 100-ish. And that's still obviously like they're making bank on it. This movie does not need to do well in the terms that we often think about when something's a box office hit because of that low budget.
It needs to make 80 million and break even.
Yeah. And then it's a huge success.
Yes. I will say 150 is not if it's bad. 150 is good. 150 is good.
The reason why is we've seen what cheap fan loved horror can do. Like that's the thing. I'm thinking of Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm thinking of Get Out.
Five Nights at Freddy's is bigger. Five Nights at Freddy's, and both those movies are studio based movies in the same way that Clayface is. With lower, I don't know, what was Get Out's budget?
Get Out's budget was something ridiculous. It was like 4.6 million, and it cleared like 350, 400.
Okay, yeah. So it's a good example. So I think this movie Clayface is 200 million overall. I think it's going to be, and that's if it's great. I think 200 million, and I think that's a big win for them. Maybe 215, but I think it makes between 200 and 215 if it's good. Overall, I think it's going to make money for them either way. This is a brilliant. This will be a big win for DC overall. I agree that if it's good and people really dig it and go back and watch it again, and it's a massive hit, and they can hit 300. They hit 300. That's major.
I'm going like, now mind you, I'm again going off the premise that like they really did it. The practical effects are great. They put a good story together. Like the character of do we know which Clayface they're going with? Chris, sorry. Is it Basil?
I'm not sure, honestly.
Because I know there's a few different.
That's the one that I think makes the most sense. But
yeah. But
either way,
the story as a whole is just so fascinating. If they do it right, then people will flock to it, I believe.
Right. So final number on your pick, doesn't matter good or bad. Final number, I'm going 180 worldwide. Chris, you're saying what's your number?
200.
200, and
I'll go 250.
250. Okay. Let's switch to Supergirl. Supergirl, 200 million budget, needs to make 400 worldwide to break even. I'll start, and I'll be the controversial one. I don't think this movie is going to make a profit. I think it'll do well enough, but I think 200 is way too much for this movie. I think it was a major error to go this big with that. I think it would have 100 with just having to make 200, it would have done its job. I think with 200, it's going to struggle. I think it's going to hit 365 worldwide, and I think it's going to be good. And I think it's going to be looked upon as a disappointment, but it's going to do 365 worldwide. Chris?
I mean, I understand that. That makes sense to me. I'm trying to look up what Superman's box office ultimately was.
6 something, like 670 something.
Okay. Because yeah, I do think it's going to be lower than Superman because it is to some people a tertiary character or some like lesser character because it's the gender swapped version of something.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm optimistic. 375.
Right, that's
I
still
think if we
failure
have
though.
to-
But
yeah,
you're saying
I
you
know.
think it's going to
I think-
not failure's
think
not fair,
that
but a disappointment.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like not perform budgetarily well, but I think that's nothing to sneeze at if you have a budget that's not.
If it's
so
100, if it's
pricing.
100 million, you make 375
Yeah.
worldwide, you're in good shape. But because
Yeah.
it's 200, that's the problem, right? So
Yeah.
so Chris and I both think it's going to underperform. Chris has a little higher than me, but not much. But what about you, Winston?
Pure, like, so remember the pure aspirational of Superman was like $1 billion, right? And it capped out at about 675.
Something
I
like that.
think pure aspirational is to hit what Superman ended at 675. But I think it'll probably hit because I think it'll be a good movie. And I think you will suffer a little bit from the gender swap of it all. But I also think that you'll bring in a number of women being like, oh shit, okay. I think it's going to hit around 380 to 4. And I think that that's the best it can do.
So you also think it's going to underperform?
I think it will hit exactly at what it needs to be profitable. I don't think
Not
it's going to be like
profitable means it's going to make, it's got to do at least 425.
okay. So then I think so 4 is to break even. I think it will break even or just shy of breaking even enough that they'll go, that wasn't necessarily a problem, but we should do better.
The other problem that Supergirl runs into is that, June 26th is when it comes out. And then July 1st, Minions and Monsters comes out, Moana, The Odyssey, and I don't know when Toy Story 5 comes out. Well, it's the 19th. Toy Story 5's in its second week also with Supergirl. I think Supergirl could have problems.
When is Spider-Man?
That is in the middle of July.
So I'm more worried about that. I know you just mentioned a whole bunch of other stuff. Like there is definitely a family element to this movie for sure. But I'm more looking at when are you losing full-on comic fans and when are you potentially losing a lot of women?
Yeah.
And it's not to say that women won't want to see
No, you're right. You're right. It's not the same audience for sure. But the one thing is that it could blend into who's going to the movies and what and how they're going to market it. So but all three of us think it's either going to break even. Well, you think it's going to break even. Chris and I think it's going to be at a little bit of a loss. That's not great.
No.
What DC on their second movie.
No, I mean, I don't disagree with you on that. But I think the main thing that they're kind of hoping on is what does the year as a whole turn out as? So what is that and Clayface and Lanterns? Which I don't know how you really judge by a TV show,
right?
But what does this all look like when the year is out?
Clayface is going to be their winner though overall when in comparison to budget to profit. All right, so this is the big one here is obviously the $1 billion budget of Endgame, Doomsday. So Chris, we'll start with you here. It needs to make like 2.4, 2.5 to just around break even. What does it do?
Not that.
What do you think?
Jeez Louise. Like I think $1 billion is like generous for it to enter the $1 billion club.
Wow.
Because of the people getting superhero fatigue and going and watching stuff on streaming. So like maybe we'll see some stuff like later on. It'll peter out on streaming nicely. But I just don't see this performing those Endgame numbers. I don't see it really delivering those big box office numbers. I would love to be wrong. I hope that we can play this. I think it's gonna be shy of $1 billion.
Oh wow,
Just a little shy.
That's a major loss. So you don't even think it's going to make its budget back.
I don't think it's gonna make its budget back.
All right, Winston.
Oh, get mad at me, chat. Let's go. Haha.
No, I don't see a lot of people disagreeing with you.
So I got a question. What were people expecting for Fire and Ash? Do you know?
Well, I think that they were just going off of the last two, and they're probably expecting.
So they thought it was going to clear $2 billion.
Probably, yeah.
Because I remember very quickly being like, nah, bro, this ain't gonna make more than like 175, and it's looked like it's petered out at 1.4. So
Yeah. So what do you got?
If that's the case, because I just wanted to look and see where Fire and Ash ultimately ended up. I think that Doomsday is a bigger thing than Avatar, just as far as the general populace that are doing stuff. So I think it probably hits about 1.5. It sits around the same where Fire and Ash does, maybe 1.6 at best. You need it to clear 2. So they're gonna go full court press here, but I think you're probably gonna hit 1.6.
So here is where normally it seems like I'm always like the level-headed one when it comes to these box office numbers. I think this movie is going to make $3.1 billion.
3.1.
3.1. I think it's going to be one of the biggest movies of all time.
That's not even a real amount of money.
That's a lot, dude. I was going to say
the biggest movie of all time.
Literally, I was going to say that it hits right at 2. It also breaks even, but y'all in the last 2 movies got me to rein it in.
I think this is going to be the
3.1, Kristian.
I think this is going to be the biggest movie of all time. And I think that because what did people keep saying about Star Wars? It used to be an event movie. It used to be an event. It used to feel, hold on. It used to feel like an event. It no longer feels like an event. Mandalorian and Grogu is a nightmare the way they're marketing this movie. It doesn't feel like an event. It feels like they just took a television show and put it on there. This movie feels like it's starting to feel like an event. If I walk out of it and I go, that was nostalgia, it was crap, I'm going to pretend that I never said that. I 100% could do that. If this movie delivers and this movie gets you feeling like, whoa, what the hell is going to happen to Secret Wars? People will go back and see this again and again and again and again because they're like, wait a minute. I haven't felt like that in a Marvel movie in so long. I could be so off. And if people are calling me a lunatic for this, warranted. I understand. I'm just telling you that I feel this is going to be the first big Marvel event movie since Endgame. And because they're tying it to Endgame, I feel like you're going to get those people who have been sleeping on Chris, you're not wrong about the superhero fatigue and all that, but I think this is going to wake those people up out of this slumber. But no, I would not bet a steak dinner on that.
I was just going to say, do you want to bet a steak dinner? Because you said 3.1?
Yeah. No, I'm not going to bet on that.
That shit is wild. I mean, look, nothing would make my heart more full because the only way you're pulling 3.1, the movie's got to be good.
That's what I'm saying.
The movie has to be.
Oh, listen, if it stinks, I'm going to come out and go, just kidding.
It has to be.
It's got to be good.
To the point of the greatest superhero movie of all time, not like just from the
well, no, I mean, but yes and no. As long as people are hyped up and want to see it again in the theater, it's got to do super repeat business. Major moments have to happen. Things have to be going nuts. You have to be setting up and really caring about the next one. That's what I believe this is. It has to be. It
either has to be the greatest superhero movie of all time, or you have to hit a nostalgia chord so hard the way that like The Force Awakens did. That because that was the thing that was wild. Is The Force Awakens pulled $2 billion, and it was like the movie was fine, and I really I enjoyed myself, but like what?
Well, let's see what Endgame did.
Endgame ultimately got over 2 because they kept re-releasing it to try and counterbalance Avatar. And Avatar.
How much do you think? Don't look. How much do you think Endgame made?
In its initial run,
worldwide, overall, right now, what does it stand at?
I'm pretty sure it's at 2.4.
What do you think, Chris?
Oh, I'm going to be a dick. 2.5.
2.8.
Okay.
So it was almost $3 billion.
Multiple re-releases at this point.
I'm telling you by the end, whenever it is. I'm telling you when it.
Well, okay, hold on. We're talking initial run. We're not talking about lifetime because if that's the case, think about the original Avatar, which holds the #1 spot right now, I believe.
Fine,
still,
even if it's
multiple
lifetime,
times over the course of the years.
How much more money do you think they haven't released Endgame that many times to where you're going to get let's say it made in its initial run 2.7. It made an extra $1 billion through its initial run.
I'm pretty sure its initial run was like 2.4.
No, they made an extra $4 billion, dude.
That's
4 million.
400 million. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was the initial run was 2.4 because that was the whole joke.
I think you're making that up.
Let me see.
Yeah, check that up. I don't think that it made into initial run. They made another $400 million. There's no chance. So either way, I am fully aware that this is the craziest take that I have ever had on this show. I understand that. And I understand for anybody who's saying you're a lunatic for thinking that. I think you're right. But when it comes to if I walk out of that movie and I'm going, I like my chances. I like my chances. Even because remember, Avatar what was let's look. What is the highest grossing movie of all time? Is it Endgame? Might be Endgame. But let me see. I'm gonna go with Avatar and see. Because Avatar definitely was re-released a whole bunch of different times. Yeah. First Avatar stands at 2.9. First Avatar. The second Avatar, Way of Water, stands at 2.3. So 2.9 is, and what's Titanic? Titanic has to be, Titanic has been re-released a million times. 2.2 though. So right now it's Avatar. The first Avatar is at 2.9. That's the biggest one. And that's after re-releases and everything too. I'm just telling you, by the time that this thing wraps up, I think it's going to hit that. And it depends also how long it is too. Well, I guess maybe not, because the first Avatar is over 3 hours long. But yeah, I think that people are. So you're going under.
Yeah,
Chris, you're going under.
I don't know how I like being the most pessimistic one.
It's
Oh,
okay.
no, but like it shakes my
right.
worldview. I'm usually so hopeful. Not about this.
It's okay. And then Winston's got it at 2. What'd you say? 2.2? You said 1 point. You said 1.6. You said 1.6.
I said 1 point. I'm gonna make the adjustment. I'll say 1. I'll say 2. I'll say that it will again if 2 is break even.
Oh, so you're jumping to 2. Okay.
I'll say 2.
So you're gonna say it's gonna break even. Okay. So yeah. So in order to really make a profit, I have to be right. In order to make a real huge profit, like holy crap, we made $1 billion profit. That's what it's got to do. So what do you guys think about all of this? Am I as big of a lunatic as everyone says? I think the answer is yes. Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. And we have questions and stuff to get to, but I do want to get to this Spider-Man thing real quick. The director of the new Spider-Man movie said the following. So let's bring this up. Destin Daniel Cretton talks Spider-Man brand new day trailer response to claims that Marvel snubbed Wonder Man. Okay, let's see. Destin Daniel Cretton says he has addressed the long wait for the first Spider-Man brand new day trailer and hits back at claims that Wonder Man was overlooked. Said that Destin Daniel Cretton first joined the MCU with Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings while he was briefly attached to Avengers, the Kang Dynasty. Cretton developed Wonder Man for Marvel Television and has since helmed, I hate this commercial, helped Spider-Man Brand New Day. There's a huge amount of excitement surrounding the wall crawlers return to theaters, with fans increasingly impatient when it comes to the lengthy wait for a trailer. It appears that Sony Pictures is following the blueprint used for Spider-Man No Way Home. We didn't get a first look at that movie until 4 months before it finally hit the big screen in December 2021. Plenty of time to build excitement, especially after a leaked teaser and some recent promo art reveals. In the video below, Cretton was asked about Spider-Man Brand New Day's Super Bowl absence and responded, "I think it's so funny how people really want a trailer. Of course it's going to come. It's going to be really good when it comes. It's coming." This isn't the only marketing grumble we've heard in recent weeks, as some fans have accused Marvel Studios of dumping Wonder Man on Disney Plus with little fanfare. In reality, the series was given a far more robust push than many MCU series. The main difference was that all episodes were released on the same day. Talking to Magic 102.1, Cretton said, "If Marvel didn't care about the show, it wouldn't be out in the world at all, and it definitely would not be out in the world in the form that it is. I'm very happy to see that people are loving the show for the same reasons we do, because it's different. It's a bit of a big swing for Marvel to take, and I can't say it was a struggle to make." Everybody from Kevin on down really loved the tone of the show and loved that it was different, and it loved pushing limits. fans, and everybody here loves movies, and that's what the show is really about. So yeah, the internet likes to make up the stories and narratives, but I love the passion behind it because people just love the show and want more people to see it. I'm all for that. Ultimately, Wonder Man worked better as a binge release, even if it meant sacrificing the weekly buzz that surrounded a traditional release. We learned yesterday that Spider-Noir is also dropping its 8th episode on the same day. It's noted Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Helmer directs Spider-Man Brand New Day from a script returning the Spider-Man franchise with Chris McKenna and Eric Sommers. Okay. So overall, I'll tell you what. First thing I'm going to take out of this story is that this dude is becoming a major, major star in the Marvel world. He gets it. When I hear his name now attached to things, I go, good, we're in good hands. I feel like we're in great hands with Spider-Man right now. As far as the Wonder Man thing, I couldn't agree more. I think that, look, initially when you hear this, and I think rightfully so, you go, oh, they're dumping it all the way that they dumped Echo, the way that they dumped Ironheart. They don't have confidence in this show. I've certainly felt that way. And then you see it, and it was what, 8 episodes? I loved 7 of them. I thought 7 of the episodes were great. I thought this was a really good show. I liked what they did. I really liked how they played off of each other. I liked the overall story that essentially was Midnight Cowboy in this world and how they played it all together. And I wanted to see more of them. And I loved their back and forth and how different it was and how clever it was. And it absolutely played as a binge thing, because even like the episode that everyone loved that I hated, if that would have been week to week and I'm watching and I'm so locked in and I got to wait every week. And then I'm like, okay, the 3rd episode. Okay, what's next? Oh, he got it. He's got the, what was it? What the hell is this? Ding dong, get this out of my face. What is this? Oh, I don't know. I want to come back next week. But instead I went, all right, that episode was the farts. Let's go to the next one. And I was right back into it and I was locked in. So and even that episode, very well directed, put together. Well, it should have been a side DVD episode, but it was overall, you could see that he really gets it. And Chris, I loved his comments. How'd you feel about it?
Oh, I love all of this. I think he nails it. This show is getting such great reception, and I'm so happy that the people who have been, cheering it on from the get-go are actually like standing behind it and everything still. Because we see this happen so much with Marvel, right? Oh, it's so great. It's one of the best things we've done. Oh, it's so new and interesting. Because you have to. It's a business. And it's so nice when they deliver and that everyone is being really honest about, this is something so unlike what we've done before. We think the tone is really interesting. We think this is something people are going to really enjoy. And the binge format works well for it, because the binge format did work well for it. I know Winston and I talked about this maybe last week or a week ago, of just the bummer is people not talking about it as much anymore.
Right.
But I keep finding, at least, and I know that I'm also in a little actor bubble. I teach acting classes. And so this show constantly keeps coming up. So I do feel like it has a little bit more longevity, probably because it is one of those kinds of answers to superhero fatigue, mediocrity fatigue, of going, oh, look at a really cool, interesting way that you can approach these things. And my hope is ultimately this re-energizes people over at Marvel to do things like this, kind of like how DC's playing with like Clayface, right? Play in your sandbox, do some weird shit, get crazy and see what happens. And again, always come back to character-focused stories, because that's Marvel's actual superpower. Is it doesn't matter who's it doesn't matter that they have a mask, it matters who's behind it. And that's what we're always interested in and championing. Them having extraordinary powers and being in extraordinary circumstances, that's just icing. We really want good stories about people who we can really get behind and learn about the inner machinations of how they want to get things done.
100%. I think that's what he did well in Shang-Chi. We're building up. I mean, and I think, and I could be wrong, but I think he was given Marvel notes at the end of that movie, because that's another movie for me. Like the stuff what Chris is talking about, the character stuff, the stuff with his family, the thing with his sister, that's the stuff that worked for me. The ending, Marvel traditional ending with the dragons running around and all that, I can take that. You can throw that out and I never have to watch it again. But it's the stuff that you put like the stuff on the bus, the way that he incorporated like martial arts inside of it, but still incorporated it to how he was growing up, the relationship he had with Awkwafina, that stuff he does so well. And I think, Winston, if you're a Spider-Man guy, you're probably pretty thrilled right now that he's the one doing that, because you need that relationship with Peter and what he's been going through since the events of the last one. So you got to feel like you're in pretty good hands with this guy, right?
1,000%. I've always said that like movies are very similar to like cooking. Like, you kind of have like your base foundation of stuff that's going on, and Chris kind of nailed it. Like, the character work and the story work is like kind of picking out your protein and like the main, kind of vegetables that you want. When you spectacle is really spices in that regard. You need the spices because that's what gives it even more flavor. But you don't want to overcook your protein, all that kind of stuff, et cetera, et cetera. So I think where we've run into trouble with superhero fatigue is like bigger, better, Kang gonna be crazy, but you didn't really give me the character work of Kang. I don't know what this meat is supposed to be. I don't know where this is going. And so what Destin does, and he's now proven it twice, he knows exactly what protein he's working with, and he is being very particular with that first, and then worrying about making sure you Salt Bae it up. So I feel so confident in what he's going to do, and I would even argue I can understand for Kristian. Hey man, Doorman was a little bit too much spice. I need all that. I've said this before. It reminded me of an episode of Atlanta. And considering that's one of my favorite TV shows of all time, it immediately put me back in this mentality of this is weird as shit, but it's weird as shit.
I just would have liked to see it as a side episode, like released on the Marvel YouTube channel. It was just such a record scratch to like the great build that they had with him. And again, it was to show like what happened and why the thing was. So show me in 3 minutes. I don't need a full episode of why. But again, I am in the minority of that. Most people love that episode.
Yeah. But that, I guess that was just like like I said, that's that extra bit of spice, that extra bit of flavor, that because everything else worked. Now, if you had done a lot of that tone throughout, I think I'm on the same page with you, but it was the perfect little kind of like side quest as far as all that goes for me, just because of how that's going.
Well, I like what Cretton though overall. What he also has got a good shot to help me with my lunatic prediction. Because if Spider-Man hits a bill, which it very well could,
Spider-Man's gonna hit a bill.
And that post-credit scene does what I hope it will. Is going to shove some more asses in those seats to make me look a little less crazy than I already am. So we shall see. Either way, I ask you guys, what do you think about Spider-Man? I feel like everybody feels like we're in good hands. Do you guys feel the same way? So make sure you put your thoughts in there. Let us know. Thank you very little. All right, let's get to the questions because we got 52 thus far.
Whoa!
Not bad. To start, I mean, look,
we're doing all right.
The positive and negative is yes, you're starting with 52 as we get to the questions. Usually you have an hour, you have 45 minutes now because we covered a little much into the topics, but we got good topics to talk about. So let's get into it. First one. hey, Mr. CJ. Happy Friday, Capes and Cows. Roll out. I just watched The Last Dragon with you too, Kristian Winston. So much fun, and congratulations on your first. Pause it. Kristian, nice workout video. Thank you. Yeah, I know. Look, I had 2 of them. I wasn't going to post both of them, but I did because I was like, listen, I want to start posting more of those things, more stuff with diet, more stuff with working out, more of those things. So I've been posting more on Instagram, and a lot of people were very supportive. Mike Joyce. Sean Maroney was a hot topic on the hot mic. I know I got to watch the rest of it. Armada 8YT mentioned the scoop at the beginning of the super chats, and they talked about it more from 129 to 133.12. All right, I'll watch. I will watch. Armada 8YT also saw Digital Planets last night. That's great. I met Butterfly, Rebirth of Slick. Cool like that. That's awesome. Love Digital Planets. They're awesome. That's cool, man. Greenie from Oz. Second week of film school and doing sound editing. Most frustrating thing I've ever done. I've 1000% gained a new respect for LEG for this stuff. It isn't easy. No, that's why not everybody does it. If it was easy, everybody would do it.
Editing is a nightmare.
Oh yeah. Armada. Shout out to all the people that assisted for the Sean Maroney question after it was mentioned. Roka forgot about the bit. At least the comments in the show made it hilarious to where it made him remember. Oh, did he finally remember? Okay, I gotta go back and watch. Michael D, happy Black Friday, Valentine's Day Eve. Chris and Kristian cameo spotted on the Transformers apology tour on Instagram. Are you guys aware of this? Yes, like I said, they reached out and they asked if they could feature our reaction. L Optimus Prime became a new member. Great time to be a member. Ask Greenie, he's been a member for 11 months. Also, any advice when it comes to writing shorts? I kind of hate it. Writing them full-length features is way funner. Well, I think the first bit of advice is love what you're writing.
That's that for sure. My best piece of advice for that, because I actually write a lot of sketches and a lot of short films more than anything. If you're a feature writer, then think of it as like writing it as a meatier scene that you have, because more or less a feature film is just a bunch of shorts strung together to make sense. So pick a meaty scene from a feature that you really want to write, and then really flush that out, and that's a short. So
Greenie from Oz. I got to come up with a short film script before the end of the year. Thinking about calling it Purgatory. What happens? You die between heaven and hell, and a twist ending is nobody really knows. That's pretty awesome.
I love that.
Yeah. Well, good luck to you. Yeah, just put your effort into what echo kind of what Winston said. Love that avatar. Look at that, guys. That's Mike. Clearly. Johnny Patrizia. Rewatch Chris Evans' 2009 movie Push. It's a good movie. I really like it and always wanted a sequel. Have you guys seen it? Yeah, a long time ago. I mean, it maybe could work as a reaction episode.
I never saw that.
Wait, did I? Is that the one where he has superhero powers? Right? Did I see?
Yeah, yeah. He's done a lot of superhero stuff. I guess
see
they're telekinetic or something.
Yeah, maybe I didn't see it, but I remember I don't know. I can't remember. I remember the movie though. Nathan Drake. So between Campy and Snyder, it seems like Sadie Sink is pretty much confirmed as Jean Grey. Okay, Spider-Man. Brand New Day is starting to sound a little overstuffed. It is? Why? Why is it sounding overstuffed? Because it has
Punisher, Hulk, Jean Grey, which means you're trying to really push the X-Men at that point.
Sure.
Spider-Man doesn't know, like nobody knows who Spider-Man is. He lost his people, but his people are still around.
Sure.
There's a lot going on, but
sure. But what's
I'm not
the story?
overwhelmed.
We haven't. This goes back to this thing we saying a million times over, and the story that we just covered. There's no trailer yet.
Right.
If you look at the trailer and you go, seems overstuffed. I don't really know what they're doing. I don't know what the story is yet. I can't say. It's the same way when everyone's like, it's nostalgia bait. It's this, it's that. I mean, Chris said it beforehand, right? Where initially when it came to Chris Evans, she's going, oh, here we go. Nostalgia is putting him in there because it is. And then she's like, well, at least they're incorporating him into a storyline that makes a little bit more sense. That's my point. We don't know anything yet.
Right.
Endgame. Could walk out of Endgame going, oh my God, they're just throwing in those in there and go, hey, remember that guy? Yeah, he didn't have anything to do, but you remember that guy? Look at that guy. And I go, well, that's not making 3.1 billion. I'm crazy. Possible, but you haven't seen the movie. Same thing with this. How do you know it's overstuffed? You haven't seen it.
There's just a lot of I will give the benefit of the doubt here of knowing that Spider-Man 3, they tried to shove too many storylines and too many characters into that.
Totally.
I could see the fear of hearing the word Spider-Man and then Jean Grey, Punisher, Hulk, multiple villains he has to deal with.
Yes.
That you go, oh God, I'm having flashbacks. It's no, man. Like,
but I think that's the thing is what you just said, right? So it's like, for me, it's always wording. It's like Nathan, who's an avid and great contributor on this channel every single day. I think the wording of, so between, let's say, if she confirmed it, Jean Grey, as I see this, I'm getting nervous that this could be overstuffed. It's fair. It's starting to sound overstuffed. We don't know if it's overstuffed. You can see it's starting to sound. How is it starting to sound? You don't have a story yet.
We also don't know where Jean's at in her power usage.
Right.
Yeah.
Or
it could just
how much
be
in it.
Yeah, she's a classmate of Peter's and she keeps getting horrific migraines and things keep happening around her. And this can kind of be a little bit of a backdoor pilot to the X-Men, you know? We're not sure how everyone's being utilized.
And do you guys think that's, I mean, for two people who loved the new Superman, you think Superman was overstuffed?
Yeah, at times.
Overall, the movie?
Yeah, because
so you didn't like it?
I enjoyed the film, but it was overstuffed in the sense that, like, you introduced, I've said this multiple times, why did we introduce all those people at the Daily Planet to not really ever do that? Like, there was, I would have loved to, like, genuinely have more time with any of those characters. I feel like the only ones that really got any time to shine were essentially Lois and Mr. Terrific. I feel like everybody else was just kind of a set dressing type scenario. You didn't necessarily need to introduce that many people if you're not going to spend time with them.
This made me laugh.
Princess.
Well, that's the interview is being pre-taped in 2 weeks. So
damn, not a pre-tape. Okay.
I can't do live. With these First of all, Mike's going to be on the show. We can't. It's Mike and Roxy. It's Mike and Roxy. So
I'm really disappointed that I didn't get a phone call, but whatever, Kristian.
You weren't part of that. If it was Sarah J, that's another conversation.
No, that would not. Alexis Texas, sure. Like, Jesus.
All right. Where is it? I'm going back. More. What is this? There's another one. Sorry, it was the last one. We did rewatch Chris Evans. Did that one? Okay. Corn and Bro. Christian's in this. No, just kidding. Yeah, I know. I missed a few. It's Friday. Friday has been tough because Sam can come in on Fridays, and we're trying to really knock through Game of Thrones. So there's going to be quite a few Fridays that Chris and Winston will have to take over because I got to try to knock this series out. Remember, most fun Friday the 13th movie, Freddy vs. Jason counts. I mean, that's the most fun because you get this. It's like a UFC fight.
Dude, I told you I went to my first UFC fight, right?
Oh, you didn't tell me that you actually went. You told me you were going, and it was great, right?
Oh, dude, it was fantastic.
Yeah, I told you the energy.
Dude, I'm a huge fan now of Patty the Baddie, bro.
Oh yeah.
He's the man. Fight. Like, you should have won that fight. Like, my boy got knocked out twice in the beginning and still was like, nah, son, I ain't done. I was like,
poked in the eye too. Yeah. And it was and they didn't even call that poke in the eye. They should have.
I know, which was nonsense. It was very clearly a poke.
Very clear. It was too fast. The referee didn't see it, but it was but that was a good card to be at that first Paramount card.
No, sure. that was really cool. And like, I think the thing that made me laugh is my homeboys that were like, who we went for his bachelor party. He was telling me, I guess they really like the black dude. I guess he'd been fighting forever. I don't remember his name. But they also had there's a black referee that he always lets the fights go a little too long. So someone almost dies. And he kind of reminds me of, they were saying they reminded him of, God, what's his name? Lawler, as like an announcer where he'll get really animated. Like, no, it's too much. It's too much. You got to stop.
Right. Well, not to take away from this guy's poor question. Chris probably hasn't seen a lot of the Friday 13th movies.
I haven't seen any of them.
Right. So, Winston, you have one or no?
It's probably Freddy versus Jason because I don't watch a lot of those either. But that I saw that one and that was a lot of fun for sure.
Yeah, that one and the fourth one were the ones that I would say for sure. Okay. Next one. That's Nathan. I'm excited for Spider-Noir, but also worried about too much Nick Cage craziness. It didn't work for Ghost Rider when he went full Cage. I understand that concern. But I think that he used it so well in the animated voice that he's going to carry that over into the live action. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I want him to go full Cage.
Yeah,
I kind of want him to go full Cage. For this. I kind of need him to go full Cage.
I think for this, we need it. BKA Burrell sending support just so Roka doesn't win. Well, he's still got almost 30 away in order
That's
to.
the energy we need, though, people.
Yeah,
come on,
Connor Mullis.
Let us win out of pettiness.
Pierre, where you been? It's nice to see you, Pierre. Winston and Chris for the win. Superman kills. It's hilarious. Argo 4512. Love the new Game of Thrones Duncan show. It's so good. It is great. Only wish the episodes were longer. I feel like they go by too quick. I think that's one of the reasons it's so successful.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, we're binging to catch up today. I'm very excited.
Oh, how many have you seen?
I've seen none of them.
Oh, you've seen none of them. You're gonna love
it.
I've seen none, so I'm so excited.
The first one is 40 something minutes. The rest are all 30 minutes. And and normally, depending on I hate when Marvel and Star Wars do it because they usually use that time for big, scenes in a cave fighting a monster instead of building what, like Chris said earlier, about building the characters. This show does not do that. When it gets to the action scenes, it earns it and it leads up to it. It's great, and the two leads are amazing. They're amazing. So it's one of my favorite shows on TV right now. Okay, Mike Joyce, you see the Olympian competing with Venom helmet? No, but it's amazing. Did you guys see that?
I saw the Olympian.
That's awesome.
I saw the Olympian that after he medaled immediately went to the press and was like, I cheated on my girl. I miss her so much.
Wait, see
that Norwegian was wild. Yeah.
He's hilarious. He medaled and then they were like, so how are you feeling? He goes, this has actually been the worst week of my life. I cheated on my girl and I told her and she wants nothing to do with me. And it's the worst mistake I ever made. I hate it. Come back, baby.
It sounds like a Saturday Night Live sketch.
I know.
They have to do it on Saturday Night Live.
I'm sure they will.
Marcelo should do that. That'd be great. All right, Connor, not to get political, But do you prefer Cheerios or Fruity Pebbles in your spaghetti? I prefer neither. That's disgusting. I happen to agree with you.
Correct.
My wife for Super Bowl made the greatest meatball sandwiches. It was so good. Ooh, it's good.
Oh, dude, I didn't realize the girlfriends responded, and she's like, "Yeah, it's hard to forgive him for cheating on me and also making this a public thing."
It's like guy just keeps stepping in doo doo. Arago 4512. New trailer came out called Dark Water for Aaron Eckhart new movie about a plane crash in the ocean with sharks. Looks gonna be very entertaining.
Yeah,
is that the one with Ben Kingsley?
I don't know, but I've definitely heard about that movie. I saw a trailer for it randomly, and
is that Rennie Harlan? Is that the Rennie Harlan one?
Let me see.
Let me know. Arago, I was a very big Westworld fan, especially the first 2 seasons. I feel like everything going on with AI and robots, the show would do even bigger if it was released today. Maybe so. People love that show. I never got into it, but people loved it.
Yeah, I didn't end up getting into it personally.
Okay, let's see. JC, does Donald Glover cameo make Spider-Verse in the MCU? Oh, does Donald Glover's cameo make Spider-Verse MCU? I feel like it does, right?
Yeah, at that point, it has to be.
Why wouldn't it be? I mean, it would make sense. I mean, all the different multiverses and everything too. Why wouldn't it be?
Especially because you brought the actual live action Donald Glover. Like, yeah, I think
he plays, of course. Yeah, I think that all the different universes that I mean, they showed
that might be why Beyond is so delayed. Maybe it was like, we need to kind of try and find a way to align all this up, because the whole talk is that ultimately Miles will show up in real life.
Maybe it'd be cool. So, Connor Mullis, guess what I'm eating? Spaghetti and Cheerios.
I was gonna say,
no, actually, I'm gonna guess. I'll guess again. I'll say Texas Roadhouse buttery rolls.
I was gonna say sunflower seeds and raccoon meat.
What do you think?
Breakfast?
No, I'm gonna say Texas Roadhouse buttery rolls. If you guessed Texas Roadhouse buttery rolls, you'd be incorrect. Oh, you got me. I'm eating Reese's Puffs. So milky. Yummy.
Oh, hey, that's breakfast.
Yeah, and no, there's no spaghetti in my Reese's. Thank you, Connor. Darth Vader's burnt asshole. Hot take, but I'm with Winston. I've seen enough Marvel movies, and there's only been one Supergirl movie. Doomsday isn't doing it for me. If I can only watch one Supergirl, well, you guys will be the 4 people in the theater.
Damn. Hate.
No, I'm kidding. I think it's look, we both said it's gonna do, it's gonna make money. It's just got to make profit by having I think $200 million is if that is indeed the budget, is a crazy amount of money.
That's insane
For that. That's
but
I think it's
so
stupid.
is $1 billion, Kristian.
I
know.
Wrap my head around
look,
that.
$1 billion is making an event and going off of an Avengers movie, which is, you're trying to make an event thing out of it. I get the risk. A $200 million Supergirl movie, I think, is crazy. I think it's irresponsible, to be honest with you. If that's the case, it might not be $200 million.
Real quick, Deep Water, not Dark Water, but yes, that is Aaron Eckhart and Ben Kingsley.
Rennie Harlan. Okay. Yeah, I heard about it too. Connor Mullis, I'm more excited for Supergirl. Winston, a true Dodgers fan. That's the best comment ever.
I'm glad you liked it. Happy birthday, bitch.
He says, I'm just playing, Wilson. You know I love you. There you go. Shay Markel, in phase 4 and 5, would have done. Winston's a big Seahawks fan now. If phase 4 and 5,
the Seahawks get me laid. Kiss my ass. Don't do this.
Done just as well as previous phases. Do you think they would be bringing? He'd be a Patriots fan if they would have won. Bringing RJ,
never,
right now,
ever. The fact that I'm still friends with Roxy is wild to me. Never in a million fucking years.
All right. And if phase 4 and 5 would have done just as well as previous phases, do you think they would be bringing in RDJ and Cap right now? I firmly believe they would not. I agree with you.
Great.
If the things didn't happen with Jonathan Majors and everything, they'd still be doing Kang right now.
Yep.
So yeah, if everything had working out and they were making hits left and right, they go, well, our plans are good. We don't need to readjust and course correct. We're good. Of course not. But that's not what happened. Super smart. 256. Chris, thoughts on Ben 10? Any? If not, you got to watch ASAP.
Oh, I watched some of it. It's cute. I like it. D. Bradley Baker is the GOAT doing all those different alien voices. He kills it.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Future Zeitgeist to mention. The buildup is already there. The Russo brothers said at the premiere of Endgame, they're coming back for Secret Wars. Well, yeah, we knew that. We knew they're coming back for Secret Wars. The question is if they're coming back for X-Men.
They said if they ever do Secret Wars, they would come back. They didn't but at the time that wasn't necessarily what they were gonna do.
Oh, they're coming back. Okay, I see what you're saying.
At Endgame, they
right.
specifically said we wouldn't do another one unless they do Secret. They do Secret Wars, call us.
Okay,
so.
okay. Casey Grant, Kristian, don't tell me you're more excited for Masters and Supergirl. One looks like Guardians than the other Thor. What if you could only see one? Masters Universe all day. But that's not because of anything except of my history with it, guys. You know, like I have to see that movie. Like what do I think will be the better movie? I think Supergirl's got a shot to be the better movie based off of A, the story that everybody talks about, and B, what I've heard about Masters is that, and I don't like Travis Knight's comments about how silly it's going to be. If it's more Love and Thunder than it is Ragnarok, I'm going to be very disappointed. But if you're like, you can only see one, I got to see Masters. With my history, of course, all day long, Masters. I know the answer for you guys was Supergirl, obviously, on that one. Ken Yacking, hard to be excited for Doomsday with 0 IMAX screens.
Are there really going to be 0 IMAX screenings?
Well, at least for the first couple of weeks, because of Dune.
Oh, that's right.
That's insane.
Dune owns it for 3 weeks.
That is insane.
It's also why that's also why I like my prediction, because after 3 weeks it goes into IMAX. People are going to want to see it in IMAX. So
it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it's not 0 IMAX, it's just IMAX after 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So 0 IMAX screenings initially, and that's why Dune's not moving. Connor, Clayface just got delayed from September 11th to October 23rd. Genius move. Yeah, it's a great time to put it in.
I agree.
October, yeah. Halloween, yeah, absolutely. JC, random thought. Obafemi from WWE should play the costume version of Venom. Have you seen his shadow pose at the beginning of his matches? You know, the thing is, a look, and he very well might be a great actor. I don't know. But a look as opposed to doing it on screen is two different things, right? Because like Jade Cargill looks just like Storm. But I wouldn't trust her to say, hey, do you know where the highway is? She's terrible in promos. Terrible. So I wouldn't have anywhere near the look. She looks just like Storm.
Is what they're implying kind of like what happens with like Mandalorian, where it's like
something like that?
You're just doing the physicality,
Maybe.
but somebody else is.
If that's the case, then yes. Yeah. Okay, let's see. The G-Man. I'm hyped for Spider-Noir. Also, Sandman is being played by Jack Houston, grandson of Maltese Falcon writer-director John Houston. Jack Houston's great. Big fan of his. Yeah, I like him. I like him a lot. Husker for Life. Jackass 5 is out the same day as Supergirl. I think that will take a lot of its box office. I think that's a different audience, but I would be lying if I told you I didn't want to see Jackass 5.
I'm gonna have a fun double feature.
The fact that 4 was actually pretty good. I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
I definitely want to see it, but I guarantee you I'm going to Supergirl first, and then I'll like Jackass 5 will be like, when the missus doesn't want to, I'll go see it on like a day off or something.
Oh, it makes me laugh every single time. Connor Mullis, favorite hot sauce, Cholula. Mine's maple syrup. So spicy. I like Cholula.
Connor.
Okay.
You menace.
What about you guys?
Ooh, we always have Tapatio in the house. I like Juanita's. We also have some Da Bomb when we want to get real crazy, but Tabasco scorpion sauce is the best one.
Oh,
I mean, we black, Crystal, Red Rooster, Louisiana.
Joe for show. Doomsday clears $2 billion very easily and cruise to astronomical numbers when its run is over. That's what I think. I think it's gonna. I'm telling you, it's gonna be phenomenal. Gopal, $1 billion budget from one movie is completely insane. I don't disagree with that at all. This is the biggest risk of all time. G-Man, Doomsday 2.6 bill with domestic office of 1.1 bill. See, that's the thing, is I think it's going to play very well internationally, and I think.
You think China's going to be back all in?
Yeah, and this one, yeah, it's got everybody and their mother in it. Go pal. Then Marvel is thinking of splitting Secret Wars into 2. I think that's even more of a possibility now if they're with all this. I think it absolutely is going to be split. Do you guys think that?
They should split it into 2. There's too much ground to cover, in my opinion. It would have made sense to do Secret Wars 1 and Secret Wars 2 as like the 2 movies. So there's way too much ground to cover, and I hope they split it.
I hope so too, and it gives us a little bit more to do. Haskell, hey gang, if Doomsday is legit fantastic on every level with major shock surprises, it could crush and then the IMAX boost in January after Dune. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's gonna do major numbers for it. Next one, Connor. Roka likes canned peas. Hashtag beat Roka. There you go. He does.
Also, real quick, Chris, the bomb is disgusting.
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. We have it in our house for when we want to like do a bet or like.
I was gonna say, just do you like just put it on each other's food when you're mad? Like what?
We don't
what is going
recreationally
on?
use it. We do keep it in the house for our friend Mia Topalian, who does have a play coming out about hot sauce.
Oh.
But she like will actually put it on and be like, it's kind of spicy because she's a lunatic. But for us, it's like if you lose a bet, you do a dab of
Like I have bottles of the Last Dab because I'm a big Hot Ones
I
fan.
have that too, yeah.
But the bomb specifically is just a concentrate. It's disgusting.
Oh, it tastes like vomit that wants to kill you.
Yes,
I've seen that.
that is accurate.
I thought I saw that on the new Seabreeze. GoPal, Marvel gonna end up selling off their characters again, even with the Mouse's Scrooge McDuck money bin behind them if they keep overspending like that. You can't say that yet. Like they're taking a risk on one of their biggest IPs ever. You know, if you're gonna, if they were putting a risk on, you know, some random movie that if they were making the Black Cauldron into a live action movie and they were spending $1 billion on it, then yeah, they'd be lunatics. I want to see that movie, but I
would want to see that movie so bad.
Me too. But this, yeah, I wouldn't count them out yet with that. Nathan Drake, can we get a John Lovitz? He's lost his mind in reaction to 3.1 billion prediction insanity. He said what? He's losing his mind, and I'm reaping all the benefits. Connor, my cat Tofu is going to the vet today. She's watching you guys now. Give her some words of encouragement, please. Such a good kitty.
Stay firm.
Yes, please.
Hang in there.
Please. Yeah.
Look at a poster of another cat doing that.
Yes, please do. Mike Joyce, beat Roka. Support for Christian's dog. Thank you. Support for Winston's dog. Support for Chris's dogs. Thank you, Mike.
Yay!
How's little Johnny Fats?
He's doing good. He's a little asshole the last couple of days because it's a longer story because it's been harder. Like when it was like 3 degrees here, I had to like let him out. I had to put his sweater on him and put him out in the back, let him pee and poop out there because taking him for walks was
Not a thing.
Not a thing.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Oh yeah, well I'm gonna piss on this," and he hasn't pissed in the house in 3 years. And like, you little asshole. Anyway, B. Gill, Winston, love you, man. The general public knows Cap as Steve Rogers. Yes, it's cool to see Sam as Cap. He didn't work, just like he didn't work in the comics.
I mean, again, I'd stand by he didn't work because they did a bad job. Like
Yeah,
that's my only difference. But I mean, look, I hear what you're saying. I actually thought that the run worked well, and having Steve come back in his own capacity also worked fine. But again, I just don't. You should have been focusing on Isaiah Bradley and really the two of them and how that goes. Instead, again, you were focused on Red Hulk the whole time. So
yeah.
Future Zeitgeist Dimension. I don't understand the hate of the dragons. Do you guys hate the dragons? And the leveling up because of the power creep in the MCU, like it was live action Dragon Balls. Who hates?
Oh, in Shang-Chi.
Didn't hate. No hates. No hates. Didn't like that they used a Marvel, you know, when they set up everything so good with the character stuff and then they throw in I didn't like it. Just to me, it just seemed like we need a big ending. It's like, it seemed like such a studio note. It seemed like such a studio note. Like we need, yeah, great. They're set up so well, the characters, but we need something big, extravagant. How about they got dragons flying in the air? It's like, great, throw dragons in there. It's like, that's so I didn't need it. I was so invested in the rest.
It felt like part of my issue is, correct me if I'm wrong, Chris, that wasn't Fing Fang Foom. Like it felt like they sort of wanted to do that character, but they didn't. You know what I'm saying?
I think you're correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it was just, those are some dragons.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if you had full on gone Fing Fang Foom, then I think it would have been like, oh shit, well, we're doing it. But I think that they went half ass on that.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather have pet bear or run faster? Animals. I
would definitely rather run faster. We don't want to run faster.
No,
Let me die as I live, touching a strange animal and hoping it's my best friend.
Is that your college you?
I just thought that was the standard white girl mantra. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. It is. We're fearless. We're like, a puppy.
Right.
Chris,
I
actually had a friend where that shit was hilarious. She was driving and she goes, a poor lost dog. And she went to get out and she got close. She said, that's a coyote, and she ran back to
Oh,
her
no.
car, and she's
I've done it
halfway.
so
I was like, that was
No,
on
you
my
don't want to
side.
do that. That's
Constantly.
that's a Twitter video waiting to happen.
I'll go walk in Burbank and be like, a new friend. Oops.
Oops. Yeah. Maddie B. Support for the Cooters and Cows crew. Thank you. Google says that Clayface will feature Matt Hagen as the titular character, played by actor Tom Rhys Harris. Cool.
Interesting.
Oh.
You're going
Okay.
Hagen.
Okay.
Okay, I'm cool. Christian Unpronounceable. Chris, just sub to the Two Filthy Casuals.
Thank you. We have a new episode out today, so you'll have new content. Yay, yay, yay.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
shout out to Kristian Unpronounceable for coming to check out Birds in the Hood, man.
Oh yeah. Next one. Connor Mullis. Put Penny Barber in the pilot. Not the pilot, but I'll tell you what. There's a world where the character could interview her. I'll tell you that. That's all I'll say. Gregory Dobtrue. Hey, Christian, Chris, and Chris. What's your favorite superhero growing up, and has it changed? Spider-Man is mine, comics-wise. MCU changed it film-wise. Superman was always my. The Christopher Reeve Superman was always my guy. Now it's probably Iron Man. Now, I was really looking for Superman. Was my most anticipated movie last year. I don't even think it made my top 10 best movies last year. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Batman was mine growing up. He's still on my Rushmore. It just depends on the day. Sometimes it's Black Panther. Sometimes it's Nightwing. Like I have an affinity more for Nightwing than Batman a lot. But yeah.
Batman's up there.
Yeah. Loved Batman, but Spider-Man was my guy, still is. But then
Yeah.
as I started reading more comics, I started getting more into like Dark Justice, and I really enjoy like John Constantine and Zatanna and
Oh.
Etrigan, those kind of stories.
It's good ones. Gregory Dobshire. I would have retired Spider-Man as Fave, but Miles. Good too. Yeah. Good too.
Mouse is great.
The G-Man. I'm loving Knights of Seven Kingdoms as well. Egg Rules. That kid is amazing. That kid
Yay!
is so good. He's so good.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Yeah. This show's awesome.
I'm pumped.
Greeny from Oz. Love to see you pump the iron, Christian. Thank you. I really need to start doing it again. It's definitely the best antidepressant for those folks who might deal with that from time to time. 100%. It really does get me in a mood of just like, okay, let's get the day going, and just gets. So Winston, you still been going? I didn't even.
Yeah. Last week I didn't get to go at all, but what I did, I've already done leg and chest this week. I'm going to do my back by today, and then I'm doing shoulders on Sunday before we do a marathon stream. I'll plug that later, but on Sunday I'm going to get my shoulders in. So
you know what I was going to do is there's a trainer at the gym who helped me would take that picture and or take the video rather, and she's going to Italy to do some stuff too. And I was like,
Ooh.
I was gonna post her Instagram here and have she's trying to build up her following. She was telling me about it. And I was like, well, you know what? Randomly put it in the chat and have the audience subscribe to her. And she's like, how the hell do I? She said right now she's at 300.
what is it? I can do like a screen share if you want to.
Yeah, do that. It's where is it? It is MICHELELANDRO Fitness. She got right now 304. I want to see that jump.
DRO Fitness. Michelle Landro.
Yeah, she's a nice kid.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let's see. Screen share. Instagram. There you go.
All right.
You just add
Where
it
is
to
it? Is it there? Yeah. So right now 304 followers. I see you posted my video there too. You just gave me so if and it's at the gym that I go to. So if you guys go and right now it's like 304, get her to like 320. So then that way this is like, how the hell did I get that right before she goes to Italy? She goes to Italy for like 4 months with taking her mom and her brother with her for a little bit. It was nice. All right. So love to see that. So appreciate that. And it really does start you guys, the mental thing. It's amazing. Gopal, maybe you can do a Nick Cage action star reaction in May for Spider-Noir, Con Air, The Rock, Face Off. Maybe.
There's a lot of Nick Cage movies I haven't seen.
We definitely have to do Nick Cage movies for sure. Gopal, Cheerios trash if you're not one. I don't agree.
How
I
dare
don't agree.
you?
Yeah, I just had some Honey Nut Cheerios the other day. For
Honey Nut slaps hard. Regular is just cardboard.
Chocolate Cheerios too. Yummy. Gopal, what was the studio Rennie Harlan bankrupted? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Not sure which one. Prady, Chris, AI people having 7 fingers is so last year. Yep. DeepSeek 2.0 AI is already too good. It's already too good to tell the difference. Don't bury your head in the sand. Realistic AI is already here. It is.
Oh, my love. I'm not burying my head in my sand. I just, I hate it. I hate it. I go to all of my SAG meetings to work on AI. Every time one of you posts like, look at this caricature that AI made me. Good job. Throw out a bottle of water. Every time you ask ChatGPT something, you move the doomsday clock up forward. I hate it.
She hates it so much. Ronaldo Leon. Hey, crew. Love y'all. I'm doing a double feature for Black History Month, watching Meteor Man. It's a great one. And Blank Man. Yeah. I've seen both. Take care and be safe. 100%. It's a great one.
Two of the greatest superhero movies ever, bro. Because you also have like it's the 90s styling of it and the oh, bro, I love those movies.
Yep.
I've never seen Meteor Man, but a tiny baby Logan went as Blank Man for Halloween, several Halloweens in a row. Just running around Nebraska with people going, "Who are you?"
Yeah, who are you? 100%. Matt Krugman. Winston, I don't know if you're following current DC comics right now, but did you catch DC KO number 4 this week? My God, absolute madness. No pun intended.
Dude, it is so good. That and the kind of spinoff that's also DC KO of Batman, Night Fight, where essentially Bruce is having to fight all of the Robins as if they became Batman. Oh my God, dude. It's the run they're on a tear right now. I'm loving it. Yeah. I actually was talking to Coy about it. Him and I reconnected over
nice.
it. Yeah.
Greenie from Oz. Casting AI actor with biopics could have the actual person who biopics about play themselves. Kurt Angle, for example, because no one could do person. I would love to see him, but the problem is if you did it with the actual person, one, are they going to really dive deep into all their stuff? And two, Kurt Angle can't play a 18-year-old Kurt Angle. Is that what you're saying? Or casting AI actor with biopics?
I think that's the thing, is doing an AI version of
I see.
Be himself.
I see what you're saying. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Chris loves that. JC, yes, I was referring the way that Mando does it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Legend, MM600, Friday the 13th. Oh, it is the 13th. What are y'all doing tonight? Nothing, because everybody's still, it's Valentine's Day weekend. So people are still, I wanted to go to take my wife to dinner tonight, but it's still packed even on Friday. So it's like, then we don't do shit for Valentine's Day. So
really?
Nah, it's the worst.
Oh, we do and we don't. We also agree that like it's just a commercialized whatever. Yeah. But what we do is we go to a store, we each give each other $25 budget, and then we go and find like a random present. So like the first year we did it, we both went in and we both came back with like, okay, so I got these Nerf guns, and we were like, holy shit, we picked the same present. So we went and got like nicer ones and had like a Nerf fight and all that kind of stuff. So like I like doing stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go to Universal today, and then we cook for Valentine's Day.
You're right. That
my man writes me poetry and cooks me.
See that stuff I support all day long. We used to like cook steaks and stuff for each other and do those things. That's great. It's just the whole big it's one of the things I love about my wife. She's never ever been like, oh, it's Valentine's Day, what are we gonna do? So, whatever. Gopal. Best Super Bowl ad was Cliff Booth trailer. It was a great trailer.
That was really, really good. I really like that.
Yeah.
There was another one that had me that I actually liked, but a vast majority of them weren't great.
Oh, I hated most of them. I thought the use of celebrity was like, why are any of you
that
here?
Part. Yeah. I hated that part because I was like, none of you have now sold me on whatever project. You've just made me go, why are there a bajillion of you in all these commercials?
Yeah. The only one that did it well, Pokemon, where I was like, hell yeah, Lady Gaga would be friends with Jigglypuff.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Armada, let's see, man's voice. There were dragons in there. Reviewing the latest Penny Barber video. That's true. Greenie from Oz. Bearded Hemsworth should lead the MCU. He is God. He's coming back, man. I'm excited to have him back too.
Oh, Goodwill Duncan. I actually really liked that one. That was funny.
I liked it. I liked, but I thought that one was another one where it was like, that to me was the whole point, the nostalgia thing. It was like, oh yeah, I know that guy, but was it really very well written?
No, it wasn't, but I think that's why cool. Is that it felt like they were making fun of themselves.
But it was just cool to look at it. Oh, look at that guy. It was cool. JC, cast yourself as comic villains. Oh, I don't know.
Ooh.
Mulroney, whatever the guy's name is from Batman, the gangster.
Oh, nice. Okay. Probably Electro.
That's a good one.
Nice. Pamela Isley or Star Sapphire.
It's good too.
Just the Super Bowl commercial thing. I forgot. I really liked that. God, which one was it? The tight end one about the prostate cancer.
Which one?
It was
I don't think I
it
saw
was
this
like,
one.
look at how relaxed these tight ends are, and it's all the like it's Kittle and Tony Gonzalez and whatever, and then it was Bruce Arians being like, I had prostate cancer.
Oh no!
But guys, relax your tight ends. It's just a blood test now, and so then all the tight ends just let their
I didn't see that one.
they like
Oh,
release
funny.
their blood.
I didn't see it. Page 79. I did Thirst super chat last week, so all your shirts off for Valentine's Day. I did a Thirst.
She did.
What did she
Yeah.
do? I don't get it.
Because I showed my Dragon Ball tattoo, and then all of a sudden Paige goes, "Pull out the titties."
Okay. Gerard, Kristian, Lost Boys the musical in spring at the Palace Theater. You going to give us a review? Come on, dude, for the West Coasters. But I'm not going to be at the Palace Theater. Isn't it the West Coast? Is the Palace Theater in New York? I don't know what that is. Sorry, but no. I mean, if it's in New York, then maybe I will take my daughter to go see it. But that'd be cool to see. It'd be fun. Maddie B. Rennie Harlan is widely credited with contributing to the bankruptcy of Carolco Pictures following the 1995 Cutthroat Island. That's a terrible movie.
wow.
Yeah, it was a bad movie.
Damn.
Go Pal. I'm allergic to peanuts, so no Honey Nut Cheerios.
Okay,
Oh.
well then that's
That's-
fair that you think
well.
they're trash because they're trying to kill you.
Right.
I would
Night
agree.
Fox. Good luck. Have fun. Don't Die was a pretty good
It's
movie.
So
Did you see it?
good.
I
I
heard it
saw
was
it a
good.
couple weeks ago.
Okay.
I put out my out of the theater reaction.
I heard it was
this
good.
week.
Yeah.
It's
It's crazy, right?
it's already gonna make my top 10 of the
Oh, wow.
year, I think.
Yeah, I heard it was good. I heard it.
Wow.
So
I
good.
can't. I think one of our members told me about it. I didn't get a chance to see it though. It's about
you'll love
AI, social media, and simulation. Okay, I'll check
If
it out.
you liked Everything Everywhere, right?
Yeah, I loved it.
And you love like time travel shit,
Love it.
Yeah.
That's
then
right.
you're gonna
Okay.
fucking love this.
All right, Sean McCabe, sending some love. Enjoy the weekend, everyone. Thank you, Sean. And then last one, Go Pal. Great AI movie, 1970 Colossus Forbin Project. Pretty crazy. Oh, it is in New York. Okay, Gerard, thank you. 82, guys.
Wait, no, come
Wait,
on, come the
Hey.
82.
no.
I thank you guys. Hey,
Oh my God.
Roka gets
Okay, we have
one.
to plug. We have to
No,
plug.
Roka gets
Enough
one. Go
time.
ahead.
Somebody help. Okay, here's the plug. The Swaggy Blurred on all platforms. I put my good luck, have fun, don't die reaction out, so you can check that out. I actually have an old Valentine's Day sketch that I'm gonna be re-releasing tomorrow, so I'm excited about that too. But Spill the Tequila with Roka on Tuesdays. Please, while I'm doing this, go do that so I can make fun of him on Tuesday for how he came that short. He was this close. Blurs in the Hood. We are Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific. Mondays and Fridays, we have our pre-tape of like watching videos and doing reactions and stuff like that. But this Sunday, we actually have a marathon stream. I'm super excited. 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We are going in. It's going to be absolutely insane. Reactions, jokes, playing games, all that stuff. You don't want to miss it. And then finally, if you are a member here with Kristian, we're finishing up Demon Slayer. So come and watch all of that as well. And otherwise, I'll see you here next Friday, y'all. Come on, we so close.
Oh, chat, you're doing so great. Hi. So if you want to keep up with me, you can go check out Two Filthy Casuals. We dropped an episode today wherever you get your podcasts, whether you're listening or you want to check us out on YouTube. We have such a fun one today. We let Amy loose. She is talking about the now gone the way of the dodo, Dino Land from Animal Kingdom. It's such a fun episode. We're very, very unhinged. I realize why I'm claustrophobic. It's a fun app. If you want to learn about voice acting, check out speakfriendstudio.com. That's where me and my husband Logan teach people about voice acting, dialect coaching, all kinds of good stuff like that. And if you want to keep up with me, at It's Chris Carr on Instagram.
We got G-Man as someone else, says Go Pal. Maddie B with some support. Sergio with some support. Roka not winning, says Connor. Apologies for taking his credit, says Go Pal. Mr. ND Fanatic, 13 Floors, underrated movie about its simulations. BK Arbel, Team Winston and Chris.
Let's go.
Connor Malls, oh boy. Armada 8YT, Sean Maroney is now Roka's Bestman moment, 100%. Prady BK, Chris hating AI is like people back in the day hating CGI. And my dad hated email. He loved normal mail.
That's
Oh my
not
God.
even remotely
Pour
the
out
same.
every bottle of water. Look up what's happening to people who live near all of these data centers. You're a delight.
I think it's generations that is very different. But pray BK, we should stop using AI because it wastes water, and we should stop using YouTube too, because YouTube serves up a lot of water as well.
Not to the same
Not
level.
to the same extent.
You're
right, though.
I hear what you're saying.
You're right, but not to the same extent.
98.
Enjoy your caricature.
Look what I did. It makes me laugh. 98. So, guys, they did it. Thank you for being here. Roka almost had it, but you guys just won't let poor Roka win, no matter what. You just never let him win. The guy can have 375, and someone will get 376. No one ever lets him do it. Greenie from us, top 3, 13. We did that already. Or I guess Freddy versus Jason, number 4, and then number 1. They wouldn't have. So look, you're at 99. You might as well get one more to get to 100. So that way we can say 100 when we do the group text. Guys, got to throw in one more.
If there's one more.
Yeah, I'll throw in.
Do one of you want to be mad at me again about my stance on AI? Go for it.
Yeah, do it. Do that. Yeah.
I welcome your debate.
Welcome to the debate. So there you go.
Also, on top of the fact that, like, I'll give you some more ammunition, Chris. For people that are like, oh, I use AI for like information, the number of videos that people have proven multiple times that AI will just lie to you, so it would rather placate you than to like get the correct information.
Yep.
There's a lot wrong with it.
Oh, that's a pretty good look at that one on your left.
Yeah.
That's a big one for 100.
Great one.
And then Michael D thrown one into Greenie from Oz. So 102 now.
Thanks,
now you guys have almost beat him by you almost beat him by 20 now.
Yay.
JC support. I guess 103 right now. Pretty nuts. So they
They did it within the time frame. I love it.
Yeah, you did. You
Thanks,
did.
Guys.
103. And Chris, I don't think you're being. I don't know you're not being sneaky. Chris has been in the damn chat telling people we're almost there. We're almost there.
Give us more.
I saw you the whole time, you little sneak. But there's nothing. You didn't break any rules.
Christian, I got a question. Where do we go get a new Capes and Cows intro with Chris as a character, man?
You talked to. Look, do you know how long it took poor Wicked Art to do that? He's not going to do that.
Wicked Art, we gotta make Chris a character, please.
Greenie
I would
from
really
Oz.
like that.
Legends, please never retire. We're trying not to. Guys, thank you guys so much. 104. Capes and Cows wins it this week. Thank you guys so much. Look forward to seeing you on Monday when Roka gets 733 and then somebody gets 734 next week. Appreciate you guys for being here. Make sure you check out Chris, check out Winston, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere podcasts are found. Make sure you are checking out. If you didn't already check out to the reaction for me and Sam today on Game of Thrones, make sure you check that out. Somebody just posted this. Hold on, let me do this one. Where is it? Looking forward to more Demon Slayer watch along. Those are coming out too. Winston and I just did a few more of those. We're going to finish up the entire series. So there you go. Thanks again, everybody. I appreciate it. And we'll see you guys on the flip side. And make sure you say hello to Ray.
Ray who?
Sorry, I would have meant something else. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye.